Hello, hello everyone. It's me, 8-Bit Amethyst, and we are live. Finally. Finally live. I had to have just a quick breakfast, kind of get everything going. Most people are having lunch right now, but I slept until like 11 o'clock, so. Hey, what's up, Ant? I was first. Yes. Yes, you were. I saw your first message like 5 minutes ago. It's great. I do appreciate you being here when the gun goes off. But we need to talk about your Discord, man. Like what is it that you're trying to do? You trying to create like a community of people just to hang out? Is there like a specific theme that you're going with here? Because I'm a member of over 50 different Discords, and most of them are streamer related. Like my Discord is basically me and a Dream Hunter. But there's some other ones that are like more themed. So there's like art ones and music ones, and you know different things like that. But the majority of what I follow is like related to Steam. So yeah, that's the question. What you got cooking?
Hi.
Been waiting here for you. I brought a wonderful art DVD that we can watch together. If you do not plan on gathering the others, why don't we discover the truth held within? Yeah, let's do
Indeed.
it. I literally forgot I bought this TV
Yes.
and DVD like at the beginning of the game, so I really never used it. This man devoted his life to his craft, but in doing so, he lived and died in absolute solitude. I wonder if I too would be able to create a slew of masterpieces where I had to spend my days alone. There's no way, maybe. I won't let you be alone.
Agreed.
This is true. I have all of you supporting me now. We've not been together over long, but we clearly walk the same road in life. It seems it may be some time before I'm faced with loneliness. Yusuke and I watched an autobiographical film about a famous artist together. I feel like seeing the life trajectory of such a lonely man has refined my artistic sensibilities. Haha! Rank 4 charm! Awesome! Awesome! I wanted to invite people I know from loads of discords to Twitch that I enjoy so I could get people to meet the guys I like and potentially join the servers or communities that I like. Oh, okay. That's a pretty notable goal. So it's almost like a networking thing because if you're bringing in people from other communities that you like and then they get to talking, then who knows? Magic can happen. Well, I'm sure you probably already know, but I did join your Discord. I did join it, and I put it in my important Discord folder because I'm going through all of my Discord servers and I'm organizing them now because I followed too many. So if I don't start a system of categorization now, it's just gonna be a blob, a mess. Like Golf Squad is easy because that's the one that I'm in, but the rest of them.
All right.
Also, this is literally the greatest part of this game. Rainy days with Yusuke. True. True. Very true. Yeah, basically. Ooh, important. Yeah, yeah. No, seriously. I've got a folder called Inner Circle. So everyone that I'm cool with, like all of their servers, I put them in the folder, and of course the Golf Squad servers in that folder too. So I separated out from the other communities that I'm a part of, but I'm not so close to, or not such a big part of. Um, so yeah, it'll be fun. I need to spend more time on Discord, honestly. I don't spend enough time on it because there's just so much content there, people talking and things like that. It's an introvert's paradise. It's real. This was a wonderful experience. To have come all this way only to depart fills me with profound sorrow.
Do you have some time?
I don't suppose you have plans after this. Want me to make curry? Want some coffee? Want to go to the bathhouse? Let's see. I can probably double up on charm. You mean it? Thank you. I'm in your debt. See me bath with a dear friend. Yes. That just may be the stimulation I need to rejuvenate the senses. Yeah, that definitely did that. I should probably do that. I like the emojis on each channel. Must have got inspiration from someone. True, true. The comfort of a warm bath is difficult to resist. I am envious. Bathhouses appear to enhance my creativity. Ideas are flowing into me like water. Excellent. Ah, the warmth is permeating throughout my body. Nice. Been in the bath for a good while. Do you suppose it's time we head out?
See you later.
Just hanging with the boys, you know. Taking a hot bath with your homie. Imagine if you could do that in like real life. True, true. You know, it's like I know. Yes, in Japan that's a normal thing. In the Western world, that died out like really since the ancient days because religion took over and everything, Catholicism specifically, and everything was like hypersensitive. Like you didn't want to even be suspected of doing anything homosexual, lest you be, you know, accused and jailed or beaten or executed or exiled. So the public bath thing kind of died out. But I will say, in the Catholic Church's defense, in Rome, the public baths in Rome, there was a lot of homoerotic sex that went on in those places, because the Roman Empire was a homoerotic society. The same thing with the Greek Empire. Socrates would actually write about having sex with his students, his teenage students, and they had to be boys because women had no status. Without being called gay or being very awkward. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like it just the culture changed so much. But in Japan, it's still like whatever. Like it's expected because Japanese people they take baths multiple times throughout the day. So Westerners we take a bath like maybe once or twice, and some of us don't take baths at all, which is horrible. Um, but yeah, we don't bathe as much as the Japanese do. The Japanese kind of have it like woven into a cultural practice, which is why you won't really see a lot of deodorant being sold in Japan because like you're constantly bathing. You'll probably bathe like 4 or 5 times a day, so you don't ever really get to the point where you're like stinking, you know.
This is hell.
Now I've never been to France, but I hear that French people don't wear deodorant because of like health reasons or whatever, but they bathe about as often as the rest of the Western world, so it kind of works against them, you know. All right, so I gotta take a step back here because it's a free day. I don't know. I think this might be a good day to run mementos, honestly, instead of trying to like hang out with people. But then I also need to boost my guts, though. Yeah, my guts are way too low. Oh, I know what I'll do. I need to go to the I need to go to the shop. That's where I need to go. I need to go to the shop and pick up some DVDs. Unless your charm's already at 5, then you're probably one deodorant. That's an alternative. Facts. Facts. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I sweat a lot anyway, so like, you know, some people could probably get away with it, but I know I couldn't, so I'm not even gonna try. I take my my personal hygiene very seriously.
Take a look around.
0 yen? What? The X folders. That's too funny. The X folders. I'm glad it's free because I spent all of my money on like items. I'm also quite happy that you watch my YouTubers that I recommended. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm always open to watching new people. That's one thing that I love about Discord because you can get introduced to a lot of new content and a lot of new content creators that you normally would never have come in contact with. They're just to rent. You have to return them or else you get a fine. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I am happy with that.
Yeah.
2,000 yen. And how much is 2,000 yen?
Thank you very much.
Let's ask Google. Alright, and then I just pop it in 2,000. Okay, so it's $19.10.
Now
And then for my UK viewers, let's go and find $16.10. Okay. Well, it is stronger. It is stronger than the dollar right now. Alright, let's do it. This is a tough battle. I'm rooting for you. And remember, nobody will think any less of you if you give up partway through. Yeah!
Whoa. Congratulations.
That you managed to crush the Graffiti Burger, I present you with the first made badge. And to the burger patron who defeated this challenge, we present to you our world famous Big Bang Burger on the house. We hope you enjoy the taste of victory. Nice. However, enjoy your new rank as first made. However, one mission still
Please come
remains.
again.
I look forward to your next attempt at our challenge. Oh, nice.
I knew you could do it. Nice.
Staunch. Your pace, your strategy of using well-timed drinks, and the spectacular way you devoured it, everything was perfect. It's all about execution. Nice. I love this part of the game, just real life crap. Yeah, man, like I'm a big fan of The Sims, you know. I like I think this game would be a lot less than what it is
It's hot.
if they didn't have a social aspect. I kind of feel like a lot of games miss that mark. It's like, yeah, just kill a bunch of things, level up, and then people will love you because you kill a bunch of things. That's not realistic. That's not realistic at all. Okay. This is a lot more realistic. I could do all kinds of housework, you know. If you have time, request me by phone. Okay, I'm still at work. Talk to you later. Yeah, let's bring her in.
Oh. Hi.
This is Becky. Even on a hot night, I'll help you cool down your stress. Ah, so it's you. It's so hot. Your house doesn't have air conditioning, does it? Oh well, I'll endure it if you're gonna request me. As long as you request me, I'll do your housework for just 5,000 yen.
Hey.
Yeah, let's do it. We gotta get caught up, so I'm just
Then I'll
gonna
head over.
do it. Okay, I'll get dropped off from the store then. Please clean up your room and wait for me. This is almost as good as Rainy Days with Yusuke, Hot Mate Days with your teacher. Yes! Almost as good. Almost as good. Improve her life. So what would make her life easier? don't think I have that. I don't think I have anything like that. But I mean, a bad gift is still better than no gift. Because she's a teacher, and I'm sure she already has like plenty of things to write with, but she's like busy all the time. Like she's just going around and around and around. So I'm trying to think of something that's like good for people that are just constantly. Maybe the luxury aroma set would be good to relax the mind and body because she's high stress, you know? Let's go with that. Let's go with that. I mean, I don't know anyone else to give it to, you know? Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're in agreement. We're in agreement.
Thanks.
It's nice of you to add a bit of fun in my life. Okay, 2 notes. Nice. Okay, it was a good gift. It was a good gift.
Thank you for using our service.
Got the hots for teacher. Yo, I'm thinking of heading over to our hideout tomorrow. Really in the mood to blow off some steam. How about we meet up and play some video games together? Oh, don't worry about me. If you got stuff to do, I can keep myself busy. I don't have a console. For real? Well, I guess it ain't surprising to know where you live later. A secondhand shop down the street has one. Well, we gotta grind. Ayo, yeah. We gotta grind. Yeah, no, I definitely should buy a game console. I don't know how much they cost, because I literally spent like all of my money. The occurrence at that public exhibition was quite frustrating. It seems I have not yet grasped what the heart is truly about. However, I've given a great deal of thought since then. I have something I would like to try drawing. You think you'd be able to assist me? Got some interesting news or something? Not to rain on your parade, but I need you to finish eating so before I can open up shop.
Oh.
To the invitation, I guess we should check on it when we're done with our meal. Yeah, that part pissed me off. People hating on Yusuke. Shake my head. Yeah, it's true. Like, they literally just ripped into him, and it's like, what are you saying? Like, what? This is good art. Now, the one guy at the end who like said, I guess you could say the worst thing, he was being constructive because he kind of said like, this person has way too much talent to be focused on like this subject matter, you know? Welcome.
How can I help you?
Let's see, retro gambling game, retro game set. Oh, that's legit. 5,200. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, so we got our console. Let's rest until the evening. Let's go somewhere else. I think I'm gonna dip in
It appears everyone is here.
Mementos real quick. The reason why is because we have some targets. Let's see. Let's check on that before you head to Mementos.
Huh?
That's it for today. In that case, I'm gonna go wander about for a bit. I'm trying to remember, where do we keep that stuff? So we got one person ID. Alright, the Shinjuku bar. Probably not open this time of day. Okay, we gotta go to the underground mall to ID that person. Oh yeah, yeah. Like we completely forgot about that. We completely forgot about this part. Flower shop.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I gotta put my CIA cap on.
Nice to meet you.
Human intelligence. I'm Megumi Hanasaki, the owner of the shop. I'll do everything myself today, so you can just observe me and try to learn the ropes. Okay, easy. I realized that whenever I use my hands up, I got reminded of Persona 5. I have no clue why, but yeah, it's not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
Here.
Oh, here's your pay for today. Oh, nice. Paid training is
You
the
did
best.
great.
Careful on your way home, okay?
How
Nice
are you
job.
feeling?
You worked pretty hard today. Still, I bet this job making gifts has boosted your kindness. Yeah, I'm not doing so bad on social stats actually. I don't have any level 2s. Got 3 level 4s. It's just guts and kindness that I have to focus on.
Wanna head back?
Ah, you're back.
Alright, so we should be able to hit up the Shinjuku bar. I've been ignoring her because like I really want to hang out with Akechi, obviously, but I've been ignoring her. So we need to go. I like how you can find mementos things by doing real life things as well. It makes it feel realistic. It does. It does. Like the writing in this game is really well
Good
done.
evening.
It's even hotter this summer. You imagine you have more aptitude for this than I imagined. I also sense an ambitious spirit within you. I should have taken into account your improvement throughout our lessons. I have something in mind, but let's play a match first. In fact, let's play right now. Yeah, let's do it. After we finish this match, let's go to a secondhand bookstore. Oh, nice. Famous for its Booktown shopping district with great curry to boot, tomes and spice, old books piled high at specialty shops are truly a sight to behold.
All right.
Who the fuck cares about Shoji girl? LOL. Savage. I like her. I like her. Like, she was almost my romantic choice in the first, in my first playthrough of Vanilla Persona 5. But I ended up choosing Makoto instead, and I think that's because I spent more time with Makoto, and I kind of got to see like all of her like the breadth of her character, and I loved it. It was great. But Hifumi, I imagine, would also be just a wonderful waifu. Like, she's gorgeous, she's really intelligent and sweet. And that's all I can ask for in a partner. That was a good match. I really do enjoy teaching you. You're such a quick learner. Today, I thought we'd find you something to help you train on your own. This bookstore is filled with shogi-related books. I've been coming here a lot lately. Hello there! Why, hello there, Ruptured Tides. What's going on, James? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, it's the Obi-Wan meme all over again. Shoji Girl's pretty important too. She helped out in the fighting, but I don't care for her. Oh yeah, like the skills that she gives you are invaluable. So like if only for that. But I can see why. Cause like who was your romantic choice, Ant? Like were you an on guy? I don't remember. I felt like when we first met, quote unquote met, we talked about that. Okay, that's why. Because On is completely on a different road. Completely on a different road from Hifumi. And see, On for me, I didn't really feel her like that, you know? Like, she easily the hottest girl in the game, right? Like, as far as attractiveness, she's a 10. But I liked her as a friend, not as a lover. That's why I didn't pick her. There's also a curry restaurant just around the corner. I recommend her katsu curry. Ooh, katsu curry. I always eat katsu curry before an important match. Good luck. Hifumi.
Oh,
I hope your match went well today. What are you talking about? Today's our day off. My apologies. I forget there aren't any matches scheduled for today. Out shopping with your boyfriend. How nice of you. How nice for you. I shouldn't be surprised. You are a famous shogi player after all. Well, I won't intrude. Bye. I don't know, like, there's just...
Sorry.
There's some, there's an air of bitch in that dialogue. I don't know if you guys caught it, but, you know, that's what's going off. I think she was trying to throw some shade. Sorry, she was only glaring at you because you're with me. She's my senior. I defeated her in a recent title match. I didn't mind. She has a bad vibe. Must have been the Katsu Curry. She has a bad vibe. That's not true. She's very friendly to everyone, but me. The truth is, I'm not very well liked by my seniors. The more attention I get, the more enemies I make, and the more lies are spread about me.
Oh,
Perhaps it's odd to compare myself to them, but I wonder if it's the same for the Phantom Thieves. You have no fucking idea. People are divided about them. People are so divided about them on the internet. Some love them, while others hate them. Can't help but to see similarities between us. What do you think about them? They're ridiculous. They're cool. Never heard of them. They're cool. I feel the same way, actually. It's amazing that they're doing what they do, even though so many people criticize them. They give me courage. But their victories can't be won with will alone. How do they change a person's heart? I'm interested from a tactical standpoint, and oh, I'm sorry, we're really quite off topic. I feel like I've become much more talkative as of late. I usually don't talk this much. You're more than just someone I can practice new moves with. You're someone I can
I
confide in.
look forward to it.
Oh, if you don't mind this sort of thing, I'd like to go out and chat with you again. Nice, we in, boys, we in. Not much, I just finished my third new game plus run, and I'm 3 trophies away from 100% in base Persona 5. Nice, dude, nice. And I mean, since you've got the speeds down to like 60 hours, you know, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, you know? So I run that completely. And speaking of On, I totally agree. Yeah, so we're on the same page. Like, she's just a different type of character, you know? It's like going back to The Witcher 3. Are you Team Triss or are you Team Yennefer? They're both great women. I would be perfectly happy with either one of them as my wife, okay? But you have to pick one. And if you pick one, there's a reason why you picked one. There's a certain archetype of waifu that you like, you know? I found in the streams that I watched, the streams that were more pro Triss were younger and more like extroverted and bubbly, if that word makes any sense. And the people who chose Yennefer were older, more composed, more mature. And like, that's just what I noticed. Who did I pick? I chose Yennefer. Really loved Triss though. She was great, but I chose Yennefer. And so On is like, you know, she's kind of carefree, you know, she goes with the flow, and she's honest. Like, she has no fakeness about her whatsoever. Like, she's just 100% with you at all times, and that's great. That's great. I only chose On because I got her social stats high straight away. True. More of a friend, not a lover. My thoughts exactly. If I replayed, I'd probably choose Kawakami because she's my fucking teacher. I wanted to choose Kawakami. The reason why I didn't choose her is because I knew that I wouldn't be able to go anywhere with her because, you know, Joker is still a minor at this stage in the story. So I'm like, yeah, like, as great as Kawakami is, I couldn't, you know. The same thing with Tei Takemi. Like, I love Tei. Tei's amazing, but again, like, you know, I'm still a minor, so I couldn't go. I couldn't get the cutscenes that I wanted, you know? I ended up choosing Hifumi for the last run, and this run I might not choose anyone. Oh, okay,
All right.
interesting. So are you gonna go with like the Casanova ending where you have like all of the female love interests show up at LeBlanc, or are you just gonna like not flirt with anyone? Which I don't really know how you can do that, like a no flirt playthrough. I've seen it done in Mass Effect, but I haven't seen it done in Persona. Oh yes, that's a book I'd love for you to
Let's
read.
go.
Let's go.
Until
Boop,
next
boop,
time.
boom. Toot, toot. All right, I gotta read some books. Freaking drunk girl at bar is so trash. She is. She is. I didn't find her attractive at all. And but you know what? Because she's drunk all the time. Because she's drunk all the time. I feel like if you met her sober and she didn't have the constant stress of what happened to her friend and what her editors are putting on her shoulders, she'd probably be a lot cooler. You know, like Tay also, like Tay's not in the shit. Like the shit's already happened to Tay, so Tay's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna move on with my life. But Oya is still like in the middle of it, so I kind of feel like that affects her character a lot. Exactly. No, like I'm not gonna bag anyone. Okay, you're going for the ace playthrough, the asexual playthrough. Okay, I respect it. She's ugly, old and drunk all the time, and she just sucks. Yeah, yeah, that's none of those things you said are inaccurate. I'll hang out with the homies on Valentine's Day. True, true. I know that feel. Hello, thank you for accompanying me today. My intention was to show you how great Jinbocho is, but I ended up just talking about myself. My apologies. I was shocked though. Ordinarily, I don't talk that much, I assure you. Perhaps it's because I never had friends at school who I could talk to about shogi. I hope this won't discourage you from spending time with me. Really, I'd be delighted to do this again. I'd love to. Thank you. Other than used books and Katsukuri, there are many things I'd like to recommend in the city. If you have the chance, perhaps we can explore more of the city next time. Well, I'm afraid I must go. I'll see you at the church. Easy. If you saw how she looked when they started making Persona 5, she was so much hotter. Interesting, interesting. But you know what though?
Well then.
That doesn't surprise me
Hey.
because usually like in development, especially when you're like doing writing, you start off with concepts, and as you're building the story, you may change a character, you know, substantially. And I think that may have been what happened with Oya originally. She was probably gonna be like some, you know, like a run-of-the-mill anime damsel in distress, and then they decided to, you know, kind of enrich her story. So she couldn't be like the young, hot anime waifu with Oya's background, you know, being the reporter, being on the ground, working like 12-hour shifts a day, and you know, like it just wouldn't work. Like it doesn't make sense. You meet someone like that, and they're gonna be run the fuck down, and they're not gonna be looking their best, and you know what I mean. Like the way that they design her makes perfect sense. So I'm pretty sure she's like F tier in everyone's waifu list for Persona 5. I don't think anyone like said, "Oh yeah, Oya's the one for me," but she's a great character. She works as a great character, and her banter with the owner of the shop Crossroads, you know, a trans woman, like it's great. It's great writing. Okay, it's still daytime, so we gotta go back to the flower shop, and then try to get our intel that way.
Hey, hey.
I saw in the Beta 64 video, because this may be the run where I get all the trophies, I gotta end on the bang. True. I know, right? It's like I may never play this game again, so I'm gonna go for the ace playthrough. Yeah, good idea. But see, they enriched it in the wrong way. Ah, interesting. So I want to hear more of your thoughts on Oya, Ruptured Tides. I want to hear more. So Ruptured says that they didn't enrich it in a good way. I'm curious what his thoughts are. We still have a target we haven't identified, right? I did hear some rumors at the underground mall, so yes, that's why we're here, Morgana. That's why we're here.
What do you wanna do?
I'll work here. I need intelligence. I didn't explain things to you last time.
Let's see.
We have Happy Flower Days on Wednesdays and Saturdays, which is when we offer discounts on bouquets. I'll be having you choose the flowers for the bouquets too. I might even bump up your pay if the customer really likes your arrangement. So I know today isn't a Happy Flower Day, but we do have a bouquet request. It's important that you get some practice in, so let's start having you make one.
I appreciate it.
Alright, bouquet. Large, brightly colored flowers.
Okay. Hmm.
Large, brightly flowered, yeah. Large pink. Large white.
What do you want to do? Hmm.
Fingers crossed.
What a relief.
They bought the bouquet, found any complaints. I guess that's a pretty standard reaction. If you want to know more about flowers, I suggest you read the Flowerpedia. Most of the flowers we sell here should be in there, so I'm sure it'll help you if you read it.
Here.
You should pay for today. Ooh, nice.
You did great.
How are you feeling?
Not as profitable as running palaces, but you know, it works.
Hmm. Want to head back?
Yeah, you don't really have a choice. See, they tried to make a story where she gets closure on finding out what happened to her coworker, but all they really did was make a stale story that was, in my opinion, a wild goose chase. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I feel like if you're looking at it from a completely objective lens, which is what you're doing, I believe, then that's the only conclusion that you can come to. That it was really a story that the gamer doesn't really care about. And I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't care at all about her story. My favorite part of the Oya arc was just the dialogue. I loved the dialogue. I loved the banter between her and Joker and the owner of Crossroads. And that was worth the price of admission, but the story itself just wasn't that compelling. Tei Takemi's story is way better. Mifumi's story, like pretty much every characters are, like all of the romantic options, all of their arcs are better than Oya's. But you know, I kind of feel like at the same time, what kind of reporter story can you tell without making that like the overarching theme of the game? If anything, they probably should have made her part of a palace. I think that's probably what they should have done. Like if they wanted to really, because those types of stories, like when you're writing about fucking reporters and news and shit, like you can't do that. You can't do that easily. Not in the way that Persona 5 tells its side stories.
Hey, hey.
Like if Oya was ever gonna have a chance to like have a really compelling story, her journey would have had to have been a part of the main story. I feel like, kind of like Sei, right? Like Sei's story is literally part of the main story, and she kind of like in the beginning you don't even feel like you know she's an important character, but you don't feel like she's that important of a character. Then you find out that she's Makoto's sister, and then you find out that she has a palace which you actually have to run, and it like much better. And I kind of feel like Oya, if you weren't going to give her a palace, make her more relevant to the main story, and I think she would have been a better character. But that's just my 2 cents. I think I hung out with Oya once. Yeah, I didn't care about Sei at first. I just thought she was an annoying bitch. Yeah, no, like she definitely has the Ice Queen thing going on. You know, like
Well then.
I was thirsting because she looks amazing in the suit. Like, holy shit. But yeah, that was my initial thoughts as well when I first saw her. I thought she was like just shaking down um, Joker, you know. But as the story progressed, and she kind of seemed like she was just trying to figure out what was going on, like she wasn't trying to make any prejudgments. I'm like, okay, no, she seems like a more compelling character. She's not like a run of the mill prosecutor that's just trying to like get you to confess to something. What do you think about the administration? I think they're wrong. That's what I plan to discuss in my speech today. I want you to hear it. Yeah, let's go. Appreciate it. Let's meet in the square of Shibuya Station. Then I played her palace and fucking loved it. I just fucking love Sei's palace. Yeah, she has my favorite palace in the game. Like if I stack all of the palaces and put them on a tier list, her palace is S tier. Like it's so her, and it's also so much of this game. And like her palace perfectly captured what I love about this game. Just the stylish, the opulence, the jazziness of you know, of the game, the theme. Like her palace really captures that in a way that none of the other palaces do, which they're not supposed to. Like if her palace didn't, it still would have been a great palace. But just that, you know, the whole casino gambling, you know, risking it all every single time, going all in every single time. Like that's her psychology, and I thought they did a brilliant job in detailing that in her palace. They could have made a scene with Joker telling Oya after Max Rain that they find out who caused the mental shutdown of her coworker. True. Yeah. That is what happened. Because she was on to something, and the bigwigs took her out. The conviction of a government is often tested during times of turmoil. However, the current administration refuses to discuss their plans for the future. Can we really accept such an utter lack of transparency? I've been hearing about this type of criticism about the government lately. She wants to know the facts, okay? I've been hearing about this type of criticism about the government a lot lately. That's because Diet member Shido has been gaining popularity by saying the same thing. So he's just echoing another politician's criticism of the government? Apparently, whatever. So first you stole party funds and now you're stealing ideas, no good, Tora? Stop talking all big, you ex-convict. Seems I've drawn the ire of the audience once again. So he's claiming those who've made mistakes in the past shouldn't get a second chance. What can I say to that? Stop interrupting him. You're annoying the audience. Just shut up and listen. Stop interrupting him. What was that? You got something to say to me, kid? Yep. What's up with this kid? The ex-convict has a point. Listen to what he has to say. Why, you little punk? Yes, I am no good, Tora, and I have made mistakes. Yes, I am unpopular and powerless. That has nothing to do with my arguments. These are things that I learned from all my hardships.
Yes.
You can ridicule me all you want, but I will continue to oppose what is wrong with this world. Today's speech ended up being filled with a lot of passion, quite unexpectedly, I might add. Highlight though was your yelling. I couldn't help myself. I envy you. Conveying your thoughts with such conviction. I wish I had done that in the past. Okay, that's all for today. You two are amazing. I've been wrong this whole time. Even though someone has failed in the past, it doesn't mean that person can't try again. That's all I wanted to say.
You.
Please wait.
Thank you.
That is all I wanted to say. You're a strange one, just like that kid. Aw. I learned something from your dauntless spirit today. I have a bad habit of getting flustered whenever someone calls me no good Tora. But you see me as someone of value, so I refuse to cower to criticism in front of you. Today you taught me that I must have more confidence in my arguments. Nice little feel-good moment. I didn't know how to activate the President Confidant, so I never helped him out. Ah, okay. Yeah, you have to go to the beef bowl shop. You have to go to the beef bowl shop, and you'll meet him your first day of working there. And it's got to be on the day that they're really busy, and then he'll see you, and he'll be like, "Hey, you know, you're working pretty hard," and then you will see him out in the square, and you talk to him there, and I think that's where you begin your relationship. At least what I remember. And Morgana kind of like walks you through that too. My man Yoshida is spitting fire. Exactly. Yoshida, you know, Yoshida's I really like his character too because there's a lot of parallels between what's going on in the game's politics and what's going on in our actual politics. And so he's a disgraced politician who honestly I feel like he wasn't I don't really remember the story, but I feel like he wasn't actually guilty of what he was accused of, but he got set up. And so, because I think he was like a really strong contender back in the day, so he got set up. But that's what I remember, and it's been 2 years, so I'm probably wrong on that. But yeah, he's a great character, you know.
All right.
He's all about his convictions, you know. My way of thinking changes when I'm with you. Perhaps it's the influence of your youthful spirit. Ah, my apologies. It seems we're out of time. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of
Shall ask you again another time.
Bernie Sanders, because he's like really reaching out to Joker and mentoring Joker, you know, and like actually trying to teach Joker as opposed to use him for his own political goals, you know. To say it's Palace, but at that point, Big Bad Man was already elected, so I couldn't do his story anymore. Oh, got you. That's true. Yeah, do you want me to tell you the story? Nah. Also, my favorite character. Hilarious. Thanks to you, I remember something very important. Now I think about it, ever since the scandal, I felt alone and helpless, like the whole world was against me. Perhaps I got too used to the constant judging and critique, but I realized I overlooked something critical, something crucial. I'd forgotten the people who'd support me, and how encouraging it feels simply to be in their presence. Perhaps it seems too obvious or too trite, but I hope you remember to cherish that too. I will. Good, glad to hear it. I will engrave it into my heart. I can't let myself forget it again. Well, I'll be counting on you for my next speech too. See you soon, Amethyst. I want to go look for a book. There's something that I'm curious about. Going to Booktown in Jinbocho. Can you make some time since the summer vacation? I'd like you to help me look for it. I can't say no to Makoto. I can never say no to Makoto. Thank you. I'm actually thinking about looking into cognitive science. I'll give you the details tomorrow. Good night. Mad Jet's here. LOL.
Excuse me.
I'm interested in cognitive science, the field Futaba's mother was researching. I doubt we'll find any public information, but maybe an older academic journal may mention it. Chances might be soon. Let's get cracking. Thank you. I do hope we find something. I want to learn more about cognitive science while we wait for Futaba to regain her strength. If only we can understand it more in depth, maybe we can solve the mystery of the metaverse. It would make traversing it easier for us too.
Oh.
Do you watch Pursuit of Wonder, YouTuber? I'm not familiar with Pursuit, no. I'm watching him while watching you, LOL. Nice. That's the way. Hello. Goodbye. Excuse me, please wait. Was there something you wanted to say to him? Oh no, nothing in particular. I was just surprised to see him here. Didn't mean to intrude between you two. No need to be so considerate. He's just carrying my books for me. No. Is she a friend of yours? She's my shogi master. She's my fellow shogi warrior. She's my shogi master. Oh, master's a bit of an overstatement. We just play shogi together. Is she the professional shogi player that you had mentioned before, the master strategist?
I see.
I admit I only know the rules, but I'm intrigued to learn how a professional shogi player thinks. Is that a book based on shogi tactics? Oh yes, I come here to purchase old shogi strategy books from time to time. Pardon me for asking. Could you teach me some strategies? I believe this knowledge would benefit me greatly in the future. Oh, sure, if you'd like. Well, if it is about shogi, then to attack you'll need to be creative with your approach and sacrifice pieces with no remorse. So plan on enticing your opponent to focus on your sacrificial pieces so you can advance the counterattack.
Yes.
You seem to have a talent for this. Another strategy I enjoy is to use bait pieces to draw your opponent to your side of the board. I see. And then you can surround him in. Oh, this is useful. You two are hitting it off, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What she was saying was so interesting. I lost track of time. I'll catch up with you later. Could you look for the book we had discussed earlier? Yeah. You two have fun. My guy, the future police coochie isn't worth it. The future police coochie isn't worth it. That's hilarious. He makes videos about life, teaching you values for life. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ah, the meeting of characters. This is nice. Two nerdy girls talk about shogi. That's true. Like, there's few things in life that are better. Hifumi, the scrap phantom thief, and Makoto, the beta version of Hifumi. Accurate. I agree with that. I agree with that statement completely. Hifumi, the punished phantom thief. 1 week left until Medjet's attack. I wonder what's going to happen. Didn't they say they would confiscate our possessions? We have nothing to do with this. Why is this happening to us? How will the phantom thieves take responsibility for this?
Man,
Right now I'm watching a video about how to waste your life and never be happy. Realize some of the things or some of the things I do. No, those videos are super important. Yeah, those things are super important. I can pretty much tell you that I watch a lot of those videos myself, like similar types of videos. There's things that I know I want to do, but just the day-to-day finding the motivation to do them, that's what I struggle with. But if you have a lot of energy and get up and go, and you're just putting it in the wrong places, it's just a matter of diverting that energy. So you know, it's all about forming habits. You do the right thing a little bit at a time, and a little bit's not enough, but you kind of, you know, once you work that into your mental repertoire, you'll find yourself doing the right things. And that's with diet, that's with study habits, that's with changing personality traits. Nothing happens overnight. It's crazy how different people play this game. Yeah, it's true. There's so many ways to play this game. It's insane. That's one thing I love about it. You don't have to play the game the same way twice. You know. Only one more week until the deadline. Hey, you see the forum? Yeah, people have been telling us to hurry up and protect the civilians. They're just saying whatever they want with no regard for the consequences. God, I seriously can't believe they're going on about all that. By the way, how's Futaba? At this point, we are desperate for her assistance. She definitely mentioned Medjet back in the palace. I'd like to believe she's planning something. Even Makoto's gone over to the wait-and-see dark side.
We don't have much time left. I know it's frustrating, but there's not much we can do.
If anyone has a background in InfoSec, like, hey, you are more than welcome to step up to the plate.
Oh.
But if you're not familiar with Kali Linux at all, then just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I don't want to hear it, you know? I need new inspiration. All I can do is wait for Futaba, but simply sitting around has me on edge. Is there anything we can do?
What are your thoughts?
Ah, Jazz Club. Intriguing. Let us meet up. Yeah, Jazz Club's nice. I like that place. They have the same objective, but the options are completely different. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, this place looks interesting.
Because it's who you talk to, when you talk to them, what social stat you focus on. Like, there's just so many layers to this game. Like, it's crazy. I thought we were entering a catacomb, but this is not bad at all. I feel it. I feel the inspiration flowing in me. I'm not gonna be sleeping tonight.
This drink.
Delicious. The portions are mixed perfectly.
I should have known.
In my search for models, even when I ask a woman who catches my eye, I find their souls do not hold the same beauty. I love how, like, Yusuke says, like, like, you know how people, when it comes to, like, beautiful women, dudes be like, oh, you know, hot girls are fake or whatever. Like, he's saying that, but he's saying it in the most mature and eloquent way possible. And in my search for models, even when I ask a woman who catches my eye, I find that their souls do not hold the same beauty. It's true. It's true. Beauty's skin deep, man. It's skin deep. His videos usually make up a fictional person and make his or her life terrible because of stupid decisions and because of how their personalities are. Yeah, no, that's a really good way of doing it. Like just spelling the shit out so people can understand how you start from neutral and end up in shit. Like most people who are going through hard times haven't made the best decisions, but even in making bad decisions, there are conditions that are outside your control that will add modifiers. So let's say um for example, like let's use Halo for example. Skulls make the game harder to play, but skulls also give you a higher score. So some people are born into life with more skulls than others. It could be mental disability. It could be that you're, let's say you grow up in a conservative household, but you're gay or trans. Like there's people who are born with skulls, right? Things that just naturally work against you. And then if you make poor decisions on top of that, you have almost no chance. Dream Hunter, what's good, brother? How you doing? Good day to you, friends. Hello. Glad that you're able to join us. We're just talking about Persona and the intersection between this game's commentary on life and this content creator that Ant is talking about. The builds and personas are different, and the social links they do, it's insane how much diversity you can make a run. Yeah, how diverse you can make a run. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to play the game the same way twice. You do not. This is about someone who envies others. He always says, it'd be so nice to have that. Yeah, yeah. And hello there, James One. I wonder how good it would be to be that happy, etc. Yeah, no, that's a good point. The brain does that naturally, and we always find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people, and we always find ourselves comparing ourselves to people that have just a little more than we do. Which is just a really bad way of thinking because you will never be happy, right? Because happiness isn't this stuff. If you look at someone and they look happy, they're not. They're giving you the fucking Instagram bleached version of what happiness is. They're probably miserable as fuck. Like, you say, oh yeah, man, I'd be happy too if I had $1 million house and a hot blonde wife and a sports car. Okay, well, do you know what it takes to have that? Do you know what it costs to have that? You know what you have to sacrifice to get that? Oh, and by the way, that big fancy house that you're flexing on, the property taxes are just destroying your ass. So you got to work double just to pay the property taxes and the mortgage and the roofing insurance. Because in many places in Florida you have to have roofers insurance. And the blonde wife, her soul does not hold the same beauty. as Yusuke would say. So she's driving you crazy, and you're like, oh fuck, why did I um marry this woman? And this person's under so much stress, but you'll never see that. You'll never see that. Why? Because you don't get that on Instagram. And so you're comparing yourself to a person that you see on social media and you have no idea what their life's like behind the scenes. Like, they could have fucking erectile dysfunction, okay? You know? Like, you don't know. You don't know. It's better to just focus on what you have and be grateful for what you have. He can turn a bitch down, but say it in a way that uplifts them. That's what I love about Yusuke. He's really good at that. Like he could just literally destroy someone, but he says it in a way that makes you feel good about being destroyed. You know. Hey, Planet Popstar. Man, everyone's here. Everyone's here all of a sudden. Got Planet Popstar, got Dream Hunter, Ant, Ruptured Tides. Everyone. What's up? It started small. If I wonder how good it'd be to have that toy, to I wonder how good it'd be to be an owner of this company. Yeah, it does. It does. It does start. You know, it's like mission creep in your head. Vince McMahon's theme song. No chance. No chance in hell. Yeah, too bad I can't play that because I'll get DMCA'd. Muppets. He then just throws away all of his connections to friends, families to get the promotion and becomes a boss, etc. True. You have to sell your soul to make it up the corporate ladder. Like, you wonder why the world is run by psychopaths. It's because you literally have to lose your humanity to get to that point. Ask anybody who works in finance. Ask anybody who works on Wall Street. I met a guy who had just recently retire, and he said just before his retirement was like the most stressful 12 years of his life. He said he would go to work every single day and vomit. He would go to work every single day, and when he get to work, he would vomit because he was under that much stress. He was a manager of a bank, right? And he had ulcers. He couldn't sleep. His health was deteriorating. All of that. He made a fuck ton of money, and he's able to retire. But it's like the quality of life, you know, for like 12 years was shit. He was suffering to make someone who has even more money than him even more money. It's like, well, why torment yourself like that? Yeah, I feel like social media in general, depending on what's being posted, is a way to fluff up your ego and self-esteem. But offline, it's a different tale. Yeah, it's all about flexing. Like, if we didn't have flexing, social media wouldn't even be that important. You know what I mean? Like, it's about flexing. You know, and flexing is marketable. You know, flexing is marketable. Didn't know Popstar came. Yeah. Popstar is here. Rich is here. The man, the myth, the legend himself. The architect of the Disney dunces. Yusuke is a master of doublespeak. Yes, he is. Just too focused on talking about this YouTuber while watching him, watching and listening to you. It happens. There's only so many places you can divert your attention. Yeah, you can't. They did a test, like, even if you're having a phone conversation with someone while driving, even if it's hands free, you're not as attentive as if you weren't talking to someone at all. But they find when you have a passenger in the car, you're more attentive than if you were talking to someone on the phone. It's weird. Lols, I'm editing the podcast right now. Nice. Yeah, I was telling Kirsten, I think I may have told you, the episode that you did on the Secret Society of Second-Born Royals, fucking hilarious, man. I love that episode. It was so funny. So fucking funny. Many have mistakenly thought that I was hitting on them. It's quite a struggle to clear up that misunderstanding. Yeah, because like they're so used to being approached by like random dudes, so you actually can't do that anymore. Like, if I were trying to recruit models, I would just work through their agent, seriously, because if I pull them to the side on the street and start talking to them, they're gonna be like, oh, here's another guy, wants to talk to me, whatever. Yeah, like, they get that shit all the time, which is why you shouldn't just go up to random women and tell them that they're beautiful, because they hear that all the fucking time. Fun fact, find something else to compliment a woman on other than her appearance. Like if she wants to be told she's pretty, cool. But in my experience, most girls that like are just cool with that are not girls you want to date. Just throwing that out there. The most complicated situations arise when they ask to be friends. I have no time to spare on anything besides art. Yusuke don't have time for these hoes. He can't do it. He can't do it. He's an artiste. I love this character though. Yusuke is an
I
amazing
enjoyed
character.
that.
It's great. We ended up talking for quite some time. Perhaps it's due to the atmosphere in this place. Conversing with a friend and reflecting upon myself, I don't dislike this film. It's the Jazz Club, man.
That's it.
It is the Jazz Club. 15% chance of reflecting physical. I want that to stack, brother. So what I'm probably gonna do is just get rid of Rising Slash is good. I don't want to get rid of Rising Slash. But then I like my AoE. Suku Jaga. I mean, you get automatic at the start of the battle, but then you can't manually cast it. Yeah, I'll drop it.
All right.
Reflecting physical is more
Thank
important
you.
to me. My mom was quite stressed because she had to wake up at 4 a.m. and probably sleep at 11 p.m., so 5 hours of sleep. Luckily, she doesn't have to drive to work anymore. Her health is better. She had a giant rash on her wrist and neck, but overall, she's feeling much better, which is great. I'm glad to hear that, Aunt. I'm glad to hear that. Now she works at home, even if Corona wasn't here, so yeah. She also had Epstein's Barr for a bit, but that's recovered. Oh, okay. So she's doing a lot better, which is nice. That is good. That is good. Worst kind of girl is 1D girls. Facts, Dream Hunter. And he actually knows from personal experience. He's dealt with a 1D girl in the past, and that was a salty ass arc. Um, and we learned as young men how cruel girls can be in that arc. But he didn't even have the worst arc. We have another mutual friend that had an even worse arc. Like he had the worst of all possible arcs. Um, but he's with a girl that he's happy with now, and they're still together, so it works out. You know, it gets better. It shows how important not being stressed is. You can't be stressed, or else life kind of just falls apart. Exactly. Stress is literally anticipation of bullshit. So if you can train your mind to not let the anticipation of bullshit weigh so heavily on you, um, your stress levels will fall. And I know a lot of people, like where I used to be and where I am today, a lot of people may think that I don't give a shit about things. No, I still give a shit about things. It's just I only care about things that I can directly control. So I allow myself to be stressed out about things that I can influence because it's my responsibility. But I'm not going to stress out about shit that I have nothing to do with whatsoever, you know, because I'll die. I'm already stressed out enough from the shit that I can control, you know. Um, yeah, our minds can only take so much pressure until it can get crushed. Hello, yeah, the other salty arc was trying to woo a girl that was already dealing with two dudes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was bad. Bad news bears. Both stories ended up with them getting pregnant by the dudes they messing with, so it was good that I didn't get mixed up in their truth. Probably the best thing about doing things in order. I'm still a young boy, so I don't need to worry about this shit, right? Right? The nice thing about being young is you have time to rebound. As long as you don't do anything stupid like get a girl pregnant, you can bounce back from anything. You can bounce back from like the worst relationships and you're still in your prime, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But once you go over 30, the moves that you can make diminish greatly. And so if you haven't made any moves by then, you should start thinking about it because each day that takes by, your options are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, look, there are some people that are totally cool with that. Okay, um, you know, but those people have money and they can like buy young girls, 20 something year old girls, nice shit, and then, fuck them. Like, they're cool with that. But most people want a relationship, they want something meaningful, and it's more difficult to do over a certain age threshold. But you got plenty of time, so like make mistakes. Just don't get a girl pregnant, all right? Don't get a girl pregnant and don't get herpes. that's that's all I can say. I like how we're having this conversation about life and shit and girls at the same time because they're all connected. That's literally Persona. Like Dream Hunter said, that's all Persona is: school life and moving forward in life. Sugar daddy life, LOL. Yeah, or other STDs. Oh yeah. Let's not talk about the other STDs: hepatitis, HIV, you know, shit like that. But yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. You know. Looks like it's time to head home. That was an evening well spent. Yeah, we had a jazz club conversation. We had a jazz club conversation right here in this chat. So, you know, we're kind of like parallel with what's going on in the game right now. The clap, yeah, that Rhea, the gonorrhea. To tell you the truth, I've been troubled lately. It's been various things: studying, daily life. You think we can meet? I'd like to tell you about it.
Yo,
Alright.
Hey,
At least I like beast that shit down, you know. When you want to talk about like comparing yourself to other people, like I feel like Boss's life is pretty cool. Like imagine, you know, working, you're good, you're able to retire, and then you just open up a quaint little shop where you make good ass food and you meet people and you kind of just shoot the shit. I would be open. I'd be open to that, you know? I'd be open to that. You know, little 8-bit amethyst shop. All right. Oh yeah, herpes is referred to as leserps. Leserps. Sounds like a city. It does. It's a city of cis and pain. Leserps. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's crazy how fucking crazy how simple yet complex relationships can be. Yes, very true. Very true. Very true. Humans are complicated creatures. You know, one of my favorite quotes I ever heard is, if the human mind was so simple that we could understand it, we would be so simple that we could not understand it. I'm like, logic. Logic. I don't envy anyone except for Coffee Dad. That's true. Coffee Dad's goals. The man still got drip. The man still got charm. And he can cook the best curry, and he makes excellent coffee. Like that's goals right there. That's the man I want to be in 20 years. And I'm serious. Like if you're him, you're fucking you've made it, dude. You're good. And Cream itching and sorrow. He owns the business. And the worst part of, yeah, exactly. He owns a business. Yeah, like, you know, he owns a business. It's his. And he's not making a ton of money, but you know, he makes enough to get by, and he's just chilling, dude. That's it. That's it. That's all you could want. Just chilling. So my class had a practice interest exam, and my score was significantly lower than last time. I'm concerned. Was Steve's work distracting you? No, I was sure to set aside an appropriate amount of time to study.
actually,
The truth is, I've recently started questioning the entire point of my education. What do I stand to gain from getting good grades and living up to the high expectations my sister has set for me? See, this is real shit right here. This is real shit. Like, everyone has to go through this. Especially if you're someone that's academically inclined. If you're not academically inclined, then you never have this conversation. Though you should be having this conversation. There's no point in working yourself to the bone, sacrificing all of your parasocial relationships to get straight A's. There's no point to it. The moment you get your first job, every job after that is going to ask you about your previous job. They don't give a fuck about your GPA. They don't care how many student awards you've got. They want to know, can you do the job? You will get straight A's. You will get straight A's, and you will still have to intern. You will still have to work for free for a year, okay, before you can even get a good paying job. So maintain a 3.0 minimum, and enjoy your college years, enjoy your high school years, you know, spend time with your friends, date, like, cause like I was in high school, like I was one of the more focused students, and you know I did get like straight A's one semester, but I kind of, you know, I didn't freak out if I didn't get straight A's. I wasn't the kid that was like, oh fuck. But then again, I didn't have psychotic parents, but some kids do. And yeah, they end up, you know, going to the best universities and shit, and they end up getting great degrees. But when you like ask them, "Are you happy?" They're like, "Fuck no, I'm suicidal all the time." So it's like, okay, well, what was it worth? Why'd you do it? He could pull holes, but he'd be turning them down. What a Chad! Exactly, exactly. That's what I love about him. He is peak Chad energy. Peak Chad energy. It's all optional for him. He's like, yeah, all right, you know, I can get him. I can fish. I know how to fish. I just don't want to fish right now, you know? Okay, I'm watching a video about how short life is when you hate your job. Yeah, no, I've worked at some places that definitely wore me down. Yeah, Beto. Won't relate to this one. I'm sure you won't either. Having a degree helps your resume gets looked at. I never entered. Planet Popstar, true. No, Planet Popstar went straight into this shit. Like Rich, he wasn't your first job out of college was with Sony? Was that it? Haha, poggers. I'm sure Krebsko would like these emotes. Oh god, what are these K-pop emotes? Holy shit. K-pop, yeah, K-pop heart. Where'd you get those? LMFAO. I want to know. I want to know where the K-pop emotes came from. That's what I want to know. Yes, at 16 an hour you get paid. Oops, I hit early too soon. You get paid like shit, but you gotta take what you can get. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's the other thing too. Like, if you don't intern, you end up having to start entry level. Like, when I had graduated from paralegal school, paralegals can make on average 40,000 a year. But my first job at a law firm paid the same. I was paid 16 an hour. And then COVID hit, so they couldn't afford to keep me on. And so my current job, I'm making even less money. I'm making 14 an hour, but it's a lot more fulfilling from just like a mental point of view, because I'm actually helping people at my new job. And I mean, I helped people at my old job too, but the people that I helped at my old job were already well off. Like, they were rich enough to own like these big fucking houses, and you know, they were just in disputes with their insurance company. But now I'm helping people who absolutely have nothing. You know what I mean? And it feels a lot more rewarding to be in that role. So yeah, I'm making less than I made before, but I'm not making that much less than I made before, because I'm still, you know, working full time. They're doing a Celebrate K-pop event on Twitch. Twitch got a whole BTS promotion going on. Some money, if, I don't know, someone donates like 5K. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, K-pop's legit, man. K-pop's legit. Blackpink is like my favorite K-pop group. I love those girls. I spoke to Aiko about this matter as well, but the answer hasn't become any clearer. I feel like she mentioned Aiko. I think this was the girl. I don't know. Let her tell me. You don't remember Aiko Takao? We asked her about the job she has at the salon in Shinjuku. See, I knew it. I knew was supposed to know her. I just didn't remember her. Anyway, we've been calling each other every so often since we exchanged contact information. Because of those calls, we've actually grown somewhat close. When I voiced my concerns to her, she asked me how I would benefit from going to a top university, but I couldn't come up with a good answer. As for Aiko, her grades are not the best, but she claims she doesn't even think about that stuff Apparently her parents could use her connections to find her a job. Easy. But isn't that a little irresponsible? It's nice she can rely on her parents, but this is her life, not theirs. I guess that's just a different way of approaching things. Even at that, her vision of the future is still clearer than mine. Do you have goals? What about your college? Or what about college? What do you mean? Don't you have goals? I used to think doing what others expected of me was the best way forward. I was going to major in law, just like my sister did. And after that, I would simply have headed down whatever path society had made for me.
But
Everything changed when I joined the Phantom Thieves. I realize now there are more important things in life than being a prim and proper honor student. Honestly, I would have looked down on Aiko's line of thinking in the past, but I know better now. Same. Same. She must have known I was talking about her. Lately, Aiko's been telling me whenever she buys makeup or finds a new cute outfit. That reminds me, she asked me the other day what hand cream I use. I sent her a picture, and it's apparently the same brand they use at the nurse's office at school. How do you use it? That's adorable. I'm not so sure about that. She told me I'm like a middle-aged man in the body of a high school girl. Regardless, that stuff works wonders for dry skin, and it's great value too.
actually,
My father used to use it all the time. Did I ever tell you he was a police officer? He detested the corruption in our society and worked tirelessly to bring it to justice. But despite the rough exterior, he was extremely gentle deep down.
that reminds me.
When I was little, I told him I wanted to grow up to be a police officer, just like he was. He was glad to hear me say that, but he was quick to point out that he didn't want me doing something so dangerous. I had completely forgotten about that dream, to be honest. Still want to pursue it? I like a woman in uniform. It's an amazing goal.
You're right.
I suppose. Either way, after everything that happened, I have no intention of working with them. Besides, they're trying to stop the Phantom Thieves. What am I supposed to do? Arrest myself? True. I think I need to re-examine my goals for the future are just outside of plain studying. You know, it feels like I remember something important thanks to you. I guess you could say my viewpoint has been broadened yet again. Moral of the story.
All right.
There's more to life than academia.
Hey,
Like, look at all the people making the money on OnlyFans or Twitch or like all of these other vehicles that your teacher never told you you could explore, right? You just have to find your thing. And hopefully it's not overly saturated with a whole bunch of other people who also want to do that thing. But when I met Aiko, I realized how narrow my viewpoint really was. I only just learned recently that a camise is now called a camisole, and a button-down sweater is a cardigan. Wait, you didn't know that? And I'm not saying it to like poke fun at her. I'm saying it because that's usually what women know, and we have to be the ones to ask them what all that shit means. Like, if your mom ever sent you shopping, or your girlfriend ever sent you shopping, and they're like, I want this, and you're like, wait, what is that? Or they say, well, I want a fuchsia sweater. It's like, the fuck is fuchsia? I don't know what that is. But it's surprising that she's like, oh, I don't know what that is either. Why does the same thing have to have multiple names? Exactly. Like, now I know why I chose her as my romantic option in my first playthrough, because this is logic right here. Why do we have all these fucking names, you know? It's crazy. Fucking crazy. You'll get money if, I don't know, someone donates 5k. Oh, I've got to go. Fun stream as always. Lots of real life shit. See ya. Alright, Ant. Take care, brother. Yeah, bye. They're legit, but the fan base is talking. Huge facts, man. Huge facts. Like, K-pop stands are the worst. But I will say this. The shit that they've done on Twitter in defense of Black Lives Matter and civil rights in the United States is legendary. Like, every time some white supremacists would like try to start a hashtag, the K-pop stans would just take it over and fill that hashtag with K-pop. So when you clicked on it, it would just show K-pop. And I'm like, all right, that's solidarity right there. I love that shit. You know, there wasn't any screaming, there wasn't any fuck you, you racist. No, it's just like we're gonna drown your shit out with K-pop. That's what we're gonna do. You guys want to start a hashtag? You know, all lives matter, blue lives matter, whatever. We're just gonna fill it with K-pop, and then you can look at K-pop while you're trying to, you know, vent your frustrations on how the demon rats are destroying your lives. Though that could be said for a lot of fan bases. Yeah, like the Dark Souls fandom. You can't be a streamer and stream Dark Souls because you're gonna attract like the debate lord Andes who come into your stream and like, well, actually you should do this and you should do that and you should do that. So, oh, I can't believe you're writing that. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, those people are toxic. They're annoying. I'm trying to think of anyone else who has. Oh, and Smash, the Smash community, hella toxic. If you've been paying attention to what's been going on in the news recently of all of the sexual assault accusations and shit, like yeah, and racism, yeah, that's Smash, baby, that's Smash. Who knew? Shin Megami Tensei and the Persona cross community interactions are just fucking toxic. I'm not surprised by that either. I'm not surprised by that either. Cause like the Shin Megami Tensei like side of it, that's like the core lore. So it's kind of like manga readers versus anime readers. And the manga readers are like, yeah, you know, you guys didn't read the manga, so you guys don't know what's really going on. It's like book readers. Like every time there's a book adaptation or something, they literally start looking down on people who just watched the show, you know, and it's like, wow. See ya, Planet Popstar. Oh, he's leaving too? I didn't think he was leaving. I thought it was just Ant that was leaving. well, you take care, Planet Popstar. I know you gotta get back to your podcast shit. Good stuff. Our teachers were also boomers that didn't see what the future held, chiefly the internet. Didn't she say she felt like a 50-year-old man or something like that? Yeah, that's what her friend told her. Her friend's like, you're a 40-year-old man in a woman's body. Camise, camisole, and cardigan are all French words, I believe. Yes, they are. Because of the influence of the French Meissen houses on American fashion. Yeah, Makoto's base. Hey, alright, I can respect that. An unorthodox method, but a good one at that. Yes, it's very unorthodox, very five-head. And very effective. Like they complain about how liberal media or how social media isn't fair to conservative ideology. But if conservative ideology is hatred and racist agitation propaganda, then it shouldn't be heard. It shouldn't be taken with the same level of seriousness as someone that says, "Hey, let's get along." Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, did you bump your head this morning? You telling someone to die and be exterminated should not be treated the same as someone that says, hey, nice weather today. I guess in the end, I'm just becoming more aware of how little I really know. So please, help me keep fighting back against that ignorance. Yup, I know exactly what you mean. And that's one reason why I love podcasts. Because like what Makoto's talking about is real. Like you think you're smart, but you're really not smart because you only know like one little slither of whatever it is you study. And academia is very narrow. And I know when I'm talking to people who just like live in academia because they're really out of touch. Like they don't really get it because their world is like books and shit. Like they're smart, don't get me wrong, but they're out of touch. It's like the people who run the Democratic Party, like, like you know, it's those kinds of people. They come from Ivy League schools and they're really intelligent, but they're so out of touch because they don't study like the real world, you know. Everything comes out of a spreadsheet for them. Like you may know how people think, but you don't know why people think, and the why is a very important factor. I think I'm gonna kick it with her. I do need to go to that bar to ID the dude, but we can literally do that anytime. You have time to play today? I'm gonna test out a move and check up on your shogi skills. What do you say? Yeah, let's do it. I need to level up. My ass is out of touch, lol. Hey, but that's that's why you have me. That's why you have me to give you that perspective that you're not gonna get in the day to day, and that's why I do what I do on Facebook. That's why I do what I do on Twitter. That's why I started the Discord, because there's things that I don't know or that I'm not privy to, and that other people can come in with their own perspective and their own whatever they nerd out about. Like Ant, had a couple of content creators he shared in our Discord, and like that's what it's about. It's about being open-minded. It's about being willing to allow the entertainment of different ideas and perspectives. Um, I'm a self-described philosopher, right? What is a philosopher? Philosopher is Greek for one who loves the truth. Um, you know, philo, love, soph, truth. So, can't be someone who says I love philosophy and then be closed-minded. I don't think that makes sense. You can love a philosopher and be closed-minded, but you can't love philosophy and be closed-minded. That doesn't make sense. So that's why we have each other, so we can learn and we can grow. And Makoto's like, I need Joker to help me be aware of like all of this stuff that I don't get in my day-to-day academia, because she's wise enough to know what her weaknesses are. A lot of people aren't, and they go on Twitter and they start talking shit, and then you call them out on it, and then they're like, "Nani?" Yeah, no, it's obvious. You didn't notice it because I noticed it, and everyone else in the room noticed it. You didn't notice it. That's why you should never be a debate lord. Dude, this playthrough, I gotta complete all video games, all confidants, and all mementos requests. 100% run, bro. That's good luck to you. So I got a jam-packed schedule ahead of me. Oh yeah, you were telling me that last night. Finished a compendium? Yeah, must have been a long process. You want to know the last persona I needed? The phallic one? Can you even catch Maiden? Alice. Oh, fucking Alice. Okay, yeah. I remember Alice. I never had Alice, but I know who you're talking about. Okay, podcast done. Nice. I want to play Persona 5 so bad, but I'm waiting for PS5. Ooh, did you pre-order it? Were you able to pre-order it, Rich? That's right. Your next opponent will finally be a professional. My client's a big shot in the Pro Shogi Players Association, so I worked really hard to set it up. But,
What?
hmm? Is this young man a fan of yours, Hifumi? No, mother. It's my shogi friend. I told you about him, remember? Your shogi friend? Let me just say this. I hope you're not harboring any weird feelings for Hifumi. Mother! As I'm sure you're already aware, you are not allowed to date, young lady. You started to attract a number of new male fans with all your photo spreads.
Yes.
You can get 50 guys like him once you're famous. Bitch, what? I need you to accomplish things I was never able to. Now I'm going to work. Don't wait up for me. I understand.
Sorry.
Classic Tiger Mom strats right there. But I have four pre-orders. Oh shit, 4? So are you getting them 4 people, or are you going to resell 3 of them? I apologize, that must have been quite a shock. Not allowed to date, she's scary. Accomplish things. Yes, it's my mother's dream. My father is ill and unable to work, so my mother supports us. My mother used to be a local TV announcer, but she had to quit to take care of my father. My father was a pro shogi player. He's usually calm. Never hesitated when making a move, just like a king. I really admired him. I started playing shogi too. But after pouring everything he had in shogi, he suddenly collapsed one day. In my mother's eyes, shogi stole both her dream and her husband. Yet, she tells me to keep playing. She wants me to achieve her dream. I should be working to help support us. I want to become a professional so I can make enough money to ease my parents' burden. I do photo shoots and interviews, hoping they'd add some money to our household income. But it's honestly quite difficult for me. Have you told your mother? You should stop then. You don't like the attention. You should stop then. I'm happy you're so concerned about me. But when I think about my mother, no one sees me as a shogi player anymore. I no longer recognize my skills. I'm not playing shogi in the hopes of becoming an idol. I simply love my family and I want to support them through our troubles. This isn't good. I shouldn't be focusing on such negative topics before a match. Well then, let's play. Today I'm going to be throwing a lot of offensive moves at you. This will teach you how to escape from disadvantageous situations. Yeah, that's definitely a rough position to be in, you know. Are you ready? That aura. My right eye is twitching. Now it's time to unleash my hidden evil eye. The Sharingan, no!
I'll start.
Now, to a fair match. Feel like playing a shogi with it has helped me sharpen my knowledge. I have 2 of each model. I'm canceling all but 1. Ah, okay. So you basically just made sure that you were going to get one, that you were going to successfully get a pre-order. Okay.
Until
That's
next
that's
time.
really smart, actually. That's really smart. But I'd expect no less from you, of course. Phew, that wasn't so bad. Let's continue our lessons next time. Oh, hello. Do you have a moment? I apologize for my mother's rude behavior earlier. She's been on edge lately. My male fans are beginning to concern her. She didn't mean to offend you at all. I hope you'll accept my apology in her place. Got a lot to deal with. My apologies. I didn't mean to cause you any unnecessary worry. I'll be sure to talk to her about you. No doubt my lack of skill is what caused my mother to be so hypersensitive. I intend to improve my skills, so I can become a savage player and put my mother at ease. So then, let us both work hard for our goals. Goodbye for now. I just wanted to prove that I could order them. I'm not worried about any being cancelled. So you were flexing. You were flexing. It's like, oh, you guys are running around in circles. I want a PS5 and I can't get one. And then you're like, oh, I have 4 pre-orders. Okay, that's how I've got it. I've got 4 pre-orders. 4 more days, right? What's going to happen? 4 more pre-orders. When is the PS5 supposed to launch? Have you seen the UI video that Sony released like earlier this week? I want to say, or last week. The Phantom Thieves will do something about it. Can they really? We don't even know who they are. It's probably impossible. Some sort of miracle. If they could do something about it, they'd be gods. Yeah, well, that's what we're working on.
Hey,
Didn't you tell the others about the target Senmen Mentos? Anasaki.
hey.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to work. We gotta get that intel. I was like, oh, if a friend needs one, I can give them one, but I have no friends, lol. Sag. And yes, I saw the UI vid. Looks slick. Yeah, it does. It does. I love the in-game help feature too. Like, that's the best part, I feel. It's really good. You still have a target we haven't identified, right? I did hear some rooms at the underground mall, so you gonna gather info during your part-time job? Yeah, we should.
What do you want to do?
So, are there any games that you're looking forward to, Rich, for PS5? Like all of them, one of them, some of them?
Hey.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. Let's do it. I wonder if devs actually bother with the help
I
thing. I
appreciate
know
it.
first party will, not sure about third party. That's true. It may be cheaper for them to just rely on their fan base to make YouTube videos. Because I kind of feel like the in-game help thing is going to negatively impact the help YouTubes, and they're not going to get as much traffic because, you know, the developers putting helpful hints in the game. But you know, I don't think it'll be a big loss. No, I'm not really looking forward to anything. I usually buy a game and I play it for an hour and never again. I'm still gonna buy Spider-Man, Sackboy, and Demon Souls though. Yeah, yeah. For me, Spider-Man is a must-have. Demon Souls is a must-have, and Horizon Zero Dawn, the Forbidden Wilds, I think it's called. That isn't going to be a launch title, but it's supposed to be coming out in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Small flowers with soft coloration. Orange, yellow, small light blue. Orange? That may be too sharp. Snaking olive. Yellow. Light. Small white.
What do you want to do? Hey!
I think I'm gonna wait to buy the PS5. I might buy something else. What would you buy? These are the real questions, James.
Amazing!
Oh, nice. We got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and be careful on your way home. Things have been dangerous in this area lately. Something happened? Haven't you heard? There's been quite a few assaults. Just the day before yesterday, a man was hospitalized after getting attacked by someone. Attacked by who? It's only a rumor, but I heard it was a famous thug from around here called Taizo Nogiri. But the police can't handle the situation without any proof. Honestly, I've been worried too. I only take the main roads home, even if it takes a bit longer. Maybe the Phantom Thieves could do something about them since the police have their hands tied. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your pay for today. Sourced. Ace Attorney Trilogy, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Okay, I think the better question would be if you had the budget, a PS5 budget. PS5 is going. The digital only is $4.99, and the disc is $5.99. Or am I wrong about that? Is it $3.99 and $4.99? Rich can correct me. But if you had that budget, what would you buy? That's the question I'm asking. Because Ace Attorney Trilogy, I got that on sale for like $30, and Dragon Ball FighterZ, I saw that on sale for like $30. So that's $60, right? So you'd have a budget of, let's say you had a $400 budget. You have $320 now that you can spend. Oops, I got distracted by my Taco Bell ad. What was the question, Mr. Streamer? What's the prices for the PS5s? The digital and the non-digital. Well, non-digital is the wrong word for it. Digital and then disc plus digital. Is it $3.99 and $4.99 or $4.99 and $5.99? Digital is $400, non-digital $500. Okay, cool. Thank you. I think I'm gonna get like the big boy. I'm gonna get the one that has both. Just gonna spend the money. But I'm not gonna get it at launch because I want to buy a juicier GPU for my rig. Like an AMD 6000 series or something. So instead of buying a PS5, I'll probably just buy that GPU. And then I need to buy another hard drive because my refurbished 2TB does not work. So I spent $80 on a dead unit. And by the time I realized it was dead, the return policy had already passed, so I fucked myself on that one, but you know, it is what it is. I'm keeping just a digital pre-order. I don't need no disc. My RTX 3080 is supposed to come tomorrow. It hasn't shipped yet. Oh really? Nice. The only disc I care about is Overwatch. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting it until A, build a new PC, and B, Final Fantasy 16 has a release date. Dude, Final Fantasy 16 looks fucking awesome, man. Like, I saw the trailer of that shit, I'm like, yo, I'm totally buying that game. It's like The Witcher meets Final Fantasy. Like, I'm in. I'm fucking in. I'm signing up. Take my money, Square Enix. Take my money. Anime Geralt? Are you kidding me? Psh, I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Nice.
Living surrounded by flowers might be your true calling, and you're good with customers too. Yeah, flowers are nice. I just have really bad allergies, but flowers are nice. It's Phantom Thieves time.
Right.
Aizo no Yuri.
Wanna head back?
Yeah, we can probably go pick this guy off real quick. Or not. Ah, shit.
Bring
Gotta do it
them.
tomorrow. Dude, we're really running out of time here. People are getting even more restless online, too. Are we done for if we lose here? I don't even want to think about that possibility right now. Indeed, those who once revered us as heroes now seem to revile us. Calm down, guys. 8-Bit's right. It's hard for messaging you all about such weird stuff. It's okay, we all feel the same way. I'll try to make sure I don't blow my cover, as should we all.
It sounds like everyone's starting to get anxious. But considering how fast the days are closing in, the best thing we can do for now is stay calm.
Yeah, literally. Can't do anything. We're fucking stuck, boys. I'm streaming Final Fantasy 15 and 16 looks anything like that, I'm fucking in. Yeah, exactly. Like, Final Fantasy 15 got a lot of hate. I loved it. I thought it was great. I could see where the hate came from, though. The combat was fun, but it wasn't... It was easy, alright? I'm gonna just come out and say that. The game's a very easy game to play, alright? I even saw a video of a guy beat the entire game without leveling up one time. Like, if you learn the combat system, it's cake. It's cake. It's like the easiest fucking shit. Whereas the old turn-based Final Fantasy style is what everyone's used to. And for Final Fantasy 16, it looks like it's going to be a continuation of the open world, open fighting style, which I love. Just to make it more challenging. Like, I want to feel, you know, more of a punishment. And I think Final Fantasy VII Remake kind of balanced that out a bit. But, you know, it just has like this mashing like air to it. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting shot by people and it really doesn't matter because it's, you know, it's just taking health points, just taking HP, and then you'll heal anyway and kill them all. I just want it to feel more tactical. That's what I'm looking for. A little less hack and slash, a little more tactical, and I'll be fine. Yeah, they fuse Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 12, and Final Fantasy 15 all in one. Though I guess Final Fantasy 11 and 14 has similar medieval influences as well. Final Fantasy 16 is going to be lit. Yeah, bro. Guys, Taco Bell only lets you use one reward redemption per order. I'm conflicted if I want free Dorito tacos or a drink. Free drink, Baja Blast. Like, I just got a reward too on my Taco Bell app, so I don't even know what I'm gonna get. Yesterday I ended up going to Wendy's because they came out with a new chicken sandwich. Like, they remade their chicken sandwich, and it's crispier than the old one. And I love their old chicken sandwich, so I'm happy. You know, I'm good. Is it your first playthrough, Retro Touch? Yes, it's more hack and slash. I mean, it's meant for newer players. You also get better weapons as well as canon. Yeah, for the casual player, you just hold square and you auto dodge everything. Yeah, exactly. Like, you literally just do the same shit. Like, you just, it's so easy. It's so easy. And did I die a couple of times? Have I been down a couple of times and needed a Phoenix down? Yes, I have. But that's because I still need to like learn what the enemies can do. But it's still an easy game to play, like regardless, you know. Enemies do some random shit, you get down, whatever, and then you get back up. It's not nearly as punishing.
Thanks for dropping by.
Damn, again, Wendy's thriving through Rona. Oh yeah, dude. Like the fast food industry is doing just fine. But then when you had seen the new report that came out, where welcome. Whoa, you look kind of young. I can't say any books with mature content. Yeah, you right. You right. Cause you know I want some of what you got up front. You know what I mean? For film buffs. This is all useful. I think I'm just gonna buy it, so I don't have to come back.
Yep.
Yeah, if I did the nighttime demons, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. And I hope they keep that feature. Like I think the best parts about Final Fantasy 15 is what I'm not hearing enough about. Like the camping, the food mechanic of like making food and getting different ingredients from monsters that you kill and making food. Like that shit, that's the best part. That's the best part of Final Fantasy 15 right there. Like the combat's great, but it's doing all of the cool shit with your boys, you know? Like that's the selling point of the game. Imagine if they had made it into like a 4-player co-op campaign or something like that, you know? You get to do all of that shit, but with friends. That would be dope. That would be great. And then have like a little mini game for food making, so you can actually fuck up your food, like Monster Hunter, but just a lot more in depth. Learn about some Imperious Manager. So there's a bar. There's a bar that we need to go to. The only bar that I know though is Crossroads. Nut boy, what the fuck? You guys see this? You guys see this? I see it. Yeah, they fucked my ass up. They caught me lacking for sure, bro. For sure. Like my first time, I got stuck. I was like level 6. I was like, no, don't take my cookies. I mean, they had an online mode, but the server shut down. Oh yeah, it was cool that you could play with friends. Yeah, like they just need to like focus on that. I just need to focus on that for 16. And since it's going to be like medieval-esque, we're not going to have like a dope-ass regalia to drive around. But again, like the best parts wasn't even in driving, even though I enjoyed the driving because I'm like a car guy, but that wasn't even the best part. The best part was camping and doing random shit with the boys and cooking. And like that was the part of Final Fantasy 15 that I loved more than anything. Just going around sightseeing, going to all these different places, you know, with the boys. Nut boy. Iron Giants, Red Giants, Horse and Buggy though. True, true. Just like you got a fucking dripped out horse and buggy. You know what I mean? The new regalia. That shit would be sick.
Hi.
Set of 28 kitchen utensils that help you cook anything for the Master Chef. An extremely difficult 3D puzzle for the desk worker who needs a break. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and buy these. I'm broke. But we're gonna do a Mementos run soon anyway. So this is the only bar, so we'll see. Oya may not even be here.
Oh, honey.
Sorry, Ichiko-chan isn't here today.
Hey, hey.
We have a target we haven't ID'd yet, right? Maybe we can gather some more info while you're working.
That's rough.
If you keep coming to a place like this, you won't turn out to be a good adult. Could you be interested in working nights here?
Hey!
You might not realize it, but you've got potential, young man. I can teach you the basics of how things are run here. Don't worry, you won't do anything illegal. Oh, nice. Could you work at the bar in the original Persona 5? I don't think you could. Maybe I'm wrong.
Thank you. Okay,
Bro,
then.
The Iron Giant was a good movie. Yeah, it was. I bet that's what the origins of calling your car your whip was. Yeah, that actually is probably where the origin of the expression came from. Okay, Chad, I need your help. Nachos Bel Grande combo or quesadilla combo from Taco Bell? Quesadilla combo all the way. I vote quesadilla. Shit, I kind of wanted the nachos. LOL, the Jameses are in sync. Very true. But you guys win. Well, there's still more votes to be counted. Haha, Planet Popstar. Oh shit, you reminded me. Now I need to drop off my ballot after Taco Bell. I need to finish researching and filling out mine. Yes, you could. It's the best paying job. Oh, really? I guess you need a certain stat. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Cause I didn't really do it. So I missed out. But I'm doing it now, so better late than never. Also, Rich, I agree with James 1 and James 2, quesadilla combo all the way. I also tried another thing. I forgot what it was called. It's kind of like a quesadilla, but it's not a quesadilla. It's like a tortilla with chicken and cheese wrapped on itself, and it's layered, and it's really good. And I had that last week, and it was dope. And I might get some today. Like I'm debating whether or not to get a pizza or get Taco Bell. Because tomorrow I'm eating clean. Because yesterday I ate Wendy's and I'm still feeling that shit. Like almost 16 hours later. I basically went through all of the things on my ballot and Googled any Republican to see their stance on masks. Made it pretty easy. True. True. Yeah, yeah. If you judge Republican candidates just based on how they feel about coronavirus, you can make a very easy decision. And so people who try to say, "Oh, you just voted down ballot. You're a lazy voter." It's like, no, I didn't vote down ballot. My issue is the coronavirus, and an entire party has devoted itself to treating it like it's not a big deal, even though it's killed over 220,000 Americans. So I voted for the people who take it seriously. Sorry, sucks to suck. Nah, you just need to talk to Oya and get her confident. Oh, okay. LOL, so you didn't care about the demo stance on anything? Well, if a Republican passed the mass test and I went to look up both of the candidates, I've been eating shit for the past forever. LOL. True. Well, I don't know if you could call umami shit. You know, umami's not healthy, but it's certainly not nearly as bad as like fucking McDonald's or Wendy's. That's for damn sure. Like sushi is just better. But yeah, when I filled out my ballot, I had the websites that I had shared on Facebook a couple weeks back, and I just looked up all the candidates. The bigger offices like president, all of that was easy because I already did the research and I already know who I wanted to vote for. But the local elections, that I actually had to like learn. And I was open-minded, you know. I looked at the conservatives, I looked at the liberals, but I still ended up voting down ballot for Democrats, even after doing the research, because it's like, okay, well, why is the Republicans wanting to support this woman? Oh, she wants charter schools. No fucking wonder. Okay, voting for the other person, like that kind of shit, you know. It's been killing millions and millions of the Rocks fans, yeah. True about Umami, I actually ended up playing volleyball that night. Nice. But McDonald's got them good fries. Yes, McDonald's does. The problem with McDonald's is that they're early bloomers. So if you get them fresh, they're like the best fries. But the moment you wait like 15 minutes, their quality drastically diminishes. Burger King's fries are decent. Wendy's fries are decent. But you can get Wendy's fries dressed up. Just get like the bar pub nachos. Well, not the nachos. It's just bacon and cheese, and that's it. Just bacon and cheese on the fries. It's really good. But we have a restaurant in my area called Checkers, and they make the best fries out of anyone. And I've had all the fries from all the places, and their seasoned fries are bar none. I think I voted for two Republicans in the locals. They were already in a position. I wasn't too compelled by the new demo candidates. Yeah, which is totally fine. If like that's why I looked at the Republican candidates. Like I think I may have voted for one Republican. Not because I thought they were doing a good job, but because I felt that they weren't doing a bad job, and the new person didn't seem that compelling to me. So it's like, well, may as well just keep them in. They're not fucking up, you know. Oh, it was the judge. I was looking at different judges, and there was like one kind of conservative judge that I still voted for because they had some good takes. So I'm like, I'm not gonna vote against this person because they're conservative leaning. Like they made some rulings that I agree with that would probably piss off other conservatives, but you know they're just ruling fairly. So I'm like, yeah, I'll vote for that judge. You know, meat and cheese. Yeah. Other people might know them as rallies. True, true. Because they are merged, so that is true. So if you see a rallies, get their fries. Washington Secretary of State is Republican. On Twitter, she's bashing Trump's claims about the fraud with voting by mail. And I'm like, yep, I can get behind this lady. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care what party you're from. As long as you care about facts, as long as you care about science, as long as you care about the rule of law and the Constitution, you have my vote. You know, it's the people who are partisan that I can't stand. It's the people who just make political moves for the sake of making political moves. Like, there shouldn't be anyone in the country that is even entertaining the shit that the president's talking about, but they have to because they're a part of his party and they want to have a future career in that party, so they can't go against him. But Mitt Romney is already a fucking senator. Like he you know, he's good. He doesn't need shit from Trump, so he can speak his mind, you know. And he's also worth $200 million. So like, what McConnell's gonna do? You know, like he's untouchable. He can do what he wants. So he actually voted against Trump, and he made it public. He's like, I didn't vote for Trump for president. And you know, the Republicans are like, well, he's a rhino anyway. He's a Republican in name only. It's like, no, he's the only one with a fucking brain and any shred of integrity. That's why. If they're not fucking up and doing their job, I then keep them until a better candidate comes around. Yeah, exactly. Like if they're not fucking up, why replace them just because they're not the party that you're a part of? Like, I don't think that's reasonable. Yeah, the biggest thing I worry is that new voters are just going to vote for the Democrat and not even acknowledge the Republican. That would be a problem. Yeah, it's definitely a reality. It's definitely a reality, and it's something that I wouldn't want to happen either, even though I'm a registered Democrat. Is because, you know, I feel like you should never be partisan. You should always look at what people stand for. Like, partisanship is really the reason why America's so fucked. Because it's turned into fucking team sports. I'm red, you're blue, so anything you say I'm not going to listen to, and everything my side says about your side is true. And no, that's not it at all. Like, there's still like rules that we have to follow. You know, even if you want to view it as team sports, like football has rules, soccer has rules, baseball has rules. You still have to follow the rules. And we have people in politics who don't want to follow the rules, and they're breaking the rules, and they're speaking as if they follow the rules. Like, oh yeah, that touchdown was legitimate. Like, no, you got tackled. Like, literally, you got tackled on the 40. What are you talking about? You just got up and started running to the touchdown, and now you're screaming at us for not giving you 7 points. It doesn't work like that. You didn't follow the rules. So that is a concern of mine, but on the flip side, that is also the problem of the Republican Party. You've made yourself so toxic with Trump, with the fucking embracing of the alt-right. Like, you've made yourself so toxic that people are just going to vote against you reflexively. Like, they would rather vote Green Party than to vote for you. And the only reason they're even relevant at all is because of gerrymandering and shit. Oh yeah, it was funny to see 50 Cent said he didn't want to be 20 Cent, so he's voting Trump. Yeah, he was honest. He said, I'm voting Trump because of taxes. And I say all the time, if you're a rich person, you should vote for Trump. You should. You should. If you're rich, you should definitely vote for Trump. He gave the richest people in America $1 trillion in cash. Okay, $1 trillion, right? So like, why wouldn't you vote for that? But if you care about this country, then you shouldn't vote for Trump. You know, I kind of find it ironic that the Patriot Party doesn't want to pay any taxes. Like, that's the most patriotic thing you can do. Fuck wearing a American flag t-shirt or flying a flag in front of your house. Like, pay your taxes. And people like Rich will help you pay your taxes. Like there's no excuse. Like, pay your taxes. And That's the most patriotic duty. That's the most patriotic thing you can do for your country, regardless of where you live. You know, whether you're EU, Japan, you know, the fucking Persona 5 universe, whatever. Pay your fucking taxes. Pay them. Because it helps the country run. That's stupid. I'm a patriot. I love my country, but I only paid $750 in taxes. $750 in taxes. It's like, wait, so you paid more in China, paid more to China than you did the United States? But yeah, because, you know, I lost money that year, so they made deductions. All right, well, you can make all the excuses you want, but I'm just saying, like, if you're paying less as a so-called billionaire hotshot businessman than a school teacher, you done fucked up. But yeah, that's lazy voting. Yeah, lazy voting, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Because you can get debated if you're a lazy voter. And that's the problem with too many Americans. They kind of just like follow the wherever the wind blows. They don't really know the issues. They just follow like the hype. Like people say, oh, this is really bad, you should vote against it. And so they vote against it. And then it turns out, like Brexit. Brexit's a prime example of lazy voting. You know, the UK leaving the EU. Prime example. Flag on the play, yeah. Oh my god. So at work we use Expensify to process expense reports. The CEO of Expensify sent an email to everyone on their marketing list saying to vote for Biden and to vote for Trump or third parties to vote against democracy. Third force of our company got this email. One lady was pissed. See, okay, so as a private company, I feel that you have the right to say whatever the fuck you want on politics, right? But I feel like it's a really poor taste to do that. Like, and again, civil rights and human rights is different from politics. So saying trans people should have rights, or gay people should be allowed to get married, or black people should be murdered by police is not political. That's human rights, okay? That's different. But sending a mass email to all your employees saying, vote for Biden because a vote for Trump or third party is voting against democracy, it's true, but I feel like it's in poor taste. I kind of feel like you being the CEO, to making that statement, it kind of has like an air of coercion about it, even though you're not going to know who votes for what, right? It just kind of has that air of coercion associated with it. It's like what conservative college students complain about, or what conservative employees at Google complain about, or conservative employees of Facebook complain about. Like, you don't want to create that air in which employees just feel bad for being there because they don't politically agree with what's being said. And I've had political discussions at my job, you know, like I worked with a bunch of Bernie supporters, and it was great because I didn't know they were Bernie supporters. I was a Bernie supporter, but I didn't like broadcast it. And then I find out that like pretty much everyone there is a Bernie supporter. I'm like, oh great, we're all Bernie supporters. That's cool. And we were collectively sad when Joe Biden won the nomination. But I'm riding with Biden, man. I'm riding with Biden. You know, he's not a perfect candidate, but you know, I'm riding, dude. Dude, the thing I love about your community is that you can talk about the stuff streamers usually don't talk about. Like, you keep it real. I like that. It's one of the reasons you are part of my group of streamers. I will drop a lot of stuff just to watch you. Hey, that's a really nice thing to say, James. I really appreciate that. And you know, I like that's one of the reasons why I started streaming, because I saw like just a huge need for more mature and elevated conversations beyond memes, beyond, you know, just the gamer shit that we talk about. Like, I like that stuff too, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you can have a political discussion and be a gamer. Like, there's this attitude by a lot of people that they'll look at someone who makes a political opinion. It's like, you're not in politics. You're not supposed to know politics. You know, what are you doing commenting on that? You don't even know what you're talking about. And it's those people that I hate the most, because who the hell are you to tell anyone what they can and can't talk about? Okay? If they're out there saying stupid stuff, that's one thing. But you can't say to someone they're not allowed to have an opinion because they are a gamer, or like saying to a girl gamer, "Oh, you're not a real gamer because you have boobs." Like it's that same kind of gatekeeping mentality that I loathe. And so, yes, this is a gaming platform and we're playing games. We're all about games. Okay? I love games. But the people who say, "Well, I don't want politics in my games." Like, dude, politics are all in video games. Are you paid fucking attention? Persona 5 is a very political game. It's extremely political. It's one of the most political games you could play. And motherfuckers will be sitting there in your Persona 5 stream and be like, "Oh, what? I don't want to hear about politics." Like, motherfucker, Persona 5 is politics. You may as well call it Politics 5 the Royal. Like, that's literally all this game is. And a lot of games are like that. Call of Duty's like that. A lot of games are like that. So this argument is absurd. Like, if you don't want politics in your game, play Mario, dude. And even some Mario games are political. Okay, commentary on monarchy and imperialism. You know, Bowser going through and conquering the little Koopa people. You know, it's politics, baby. I'm sorry. Sucks to suck, but that's what it is. So thank you for your kind words. I definitely appreciate that. Not just all employees, everyone who uses the system, basically. God damn. So like even their partners are getting this email. So I'm just the guy who processes the reports. I'm hearing complaints from our employees that they shouldn't be receiving these emails. And that's reasonable. But on the flip side, like, I don't agree. I don't think the CEO should have sent those emails, but at the same token, be an adult. Like, you live in a fucking republic. People are going to have different political views than you. Okay, so you're on the Trump gravy train, and you get an email from a CEO who says, "Well, if you do vote for Trump, you're voting against democracy." Yeah. Have you watched any of his fucking speeches? Have you seen his rallies? How much they echo the Nuremberg rallies of the 1930s? Have you been fucking paying attention, or are you just so in love with your tax cuts you don't give a shit? Like, the CEO didn't say anything wrong, and if you're gonna get offended because someone is telling you to vote for someone that you didn't vote for, then you're just being whiny. You're complaining about something that's not important. You can get that email and delete it and discard it and be like, "All right, well, I like Trump, so fuck it." And if you're a Biden supporter, you're gonna be glad that you got an email like that. It's like, oh wow, a CEO even thinks that Trump is full of shit. So like, while I don't think it's I don't think it's in the best of taste, I wouldn't have done it personally. It's not the end of the world, and Trumpers will blow that out of proportion because on the right wing, everything's about reactionary politics. Like, that's literally their entire ideology is reacting to what liberals do, or reacting to what triggers liberals. Like, the core of their politics is very juvenile and very childish. And so that, to be able to get angry about getting an email like that from a CEO kind of goes into their whole "the world is against us" mentality, even though they're the ones that are literally in control of the country. Like, there's a Republican president in the fucking White House, and they're somehow oppressed. I don't get it at all. Since it's at the workplace, people will be pressured to vote according to the CEO. You'll be an outsider and cause a division within the company. Yeah, like, that's what I'm worried about. Like, the element of coercion. So if you look at the legal definition of coercion can go beyond just someone saying do this or else. It could just be like a superior asking you to do something. And so when you get into like sexual harassment law, that word comes up a lot, because even if you're like trying to consensually date like a hot secretary or something, because you are in a superior position within the organization, that element of coercion does not go away. So a lot of people are like, "Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I just asked her, if she wanted to go get drinks, or I told her she had a fat ass or whatever." Yeah, but you're still her boss. Like, the idea is, okay, let's say she told you to get away from her, you fucking creep, okay, and never talk to her again. You may be hurt by that, and even if in the moment you're like, okay, well, I was kind of wrong, those negative feelings could impact her career advancement later on down the road. You may not even know why you passed her over for a promotion, because she had told you 6 months ago to get the fuck out of her face and stop talking about her ass, right? So that's why we have laws that say you can't do that at all, because of that element of coercion. And so as a CEO, you do have that element of coercion, whether you care to admit it or not. And I think that CEO knew that too. You know, that's why he sent it. But I just wouldn't have done that because of that reality. You know, people are gonna feel, if they don't agree with you, they're gonna feel like, you know, singled out. And if they do agree with you, they're gonna feel emboldened. And those people may start harassing coworkers that they know that are voting for Trump. You know what I mean? So like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to bring that into the workplace, especially when people are trying to get shit done. You know, like, what you can do is just send an email that says go vote. What you can do is give your workers like PTO, have them work 7 hours and say, okay, leave work an hour early, it's paid, go vote. That's what my boss did, you know, in the primaries. He was like, yeah, Jamal, go vote. I'm like, well, you know, let me finish this thing. And he's like, no, it's good, go vote, and then you can work when you finish. And I'm like, great. So I did. I went and voted. Because a lot of people don't vote because of work. So I think if we make it a national holiday, it won't be a problem. I think if corporations kind of, you know, made it more convenient for their employees to vote during the day, that would be great. Give people, you know, 2-hour lunches on election day or something like that so they can go vote, you know? It's great. Just because the CEO decided to stand. So I'm in a position where I have employees using Expensify, and they no longer feel comfortable about the platform because their CEO is criticizing their choice in candidate. Yeah. And that's the that's the other fallout too, because you're gonna have people that get all butthurt about it. It's like, well, maybe we don't want to do business with these people. Let's find someone who's pro-Trump. It's bad, man. It's bad, and it's sad, really, that it comes to this in our country, that we're so divided that that's what it has to be. You know what I mean? That people just make a big deal out of it. Like, the people who are responding to it in a negative way are like infinitely worse in my mind than the CEO himself. The CEO just said what he said, which is his God-given First Amendment right. Like, he has the right to say that. Within his organization, he has the right to say that. And you getting all butthurt and now wanting to find other vendors and shit is just like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the childish, infantile, conservative mentality at work again. I will see LOL boobs. I was CC'd on one lady's response to the dude. How dare you use a client mailing list for politics and something other than the business you're contracted to do? Well, yeah, exactly. Like that that logic cuts both ways, lady. Like, you're tweeting this angry email to the CEO telling him how dare you use a client mailing list for something for politics. Yeah, well, aren't you engaging in it? You know what I mean? Like, you whacking your finger is part of what you're doing. Is a part of what you're complaining about. You're complaining to the CEO saying, hey, you shouldn't use this for politics. You're egging it on. The most mature thing to do in that circumstance is to ignore it. If he was someone that constantly did that, that's one thing. But 10 days, guys, we're 10 days away from November 3rd. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Politics 5, the Royal, exactly. People always associate politics with what we see on TV during election. Yeah, which isn't bad. I mean, it's totally reasonable for people to do that. But what is the root of politics? The interaction between people, policies, and how to create rules and laws so everyone is treated fairly or unfairly in some. That's a very good definition of it. That's literally what it is. And so if you're someone that's like, well, I don't want politics in my games, or I want to get away from politics, you are a moron. You cannot get away from politics. Politics is everywhere. Politics is in your music. It's in your video games. It's everywhere. It's in your movies. It's everywhere. You can't get away from it, because that's literally what we describe just our day-to-day interactions and the rules governing those interactions as being. Okay, I just found the headline. CEO emails 10 million customers to tell them to vote for Biden. All the right wing is going to run with this shit. I can already see Fox News now. They're probably already drawing up the story. You know, all the CEO is part of the liberal conspiracy to suppress the conservative thought in this country. Because that's how conservatives win elections. They want their voters to be angry. And every time I tell their voters that, like, we get in debates, I get in debates with conservatives and I tell them that, and they can't come back. It's like, you know it's true. Like, you're pissed right now. That's why we're having this debate. Like, you know it's true. They rule through fear. They constantly fill their voters' heads with fear of foreigners, of different systems, of different religions, of the other, right? The conservative mind is fixated with the fear of the other and what damage the other can cause. And I just don't get down with that. I think that's a horrible way of thinking, especially when you're in an international nation, a nation that has international influence, an empire that has global influence. Like, to think like that, this whole America first, English only, speak American ideology, like, yo, like, grow the fuck up. We're not in the fucking 19th century anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's people here from all over the world. They have their own cultures, their own religions, their own beliefs. If you can't accept that, then stay your ass in the fucking swamp where you came from. You know what I mean? Like just don't even speak. Don't even come out of your proverbial closet. But no, they can't do that because they feel like they're entitled to the country and that everyone else should leave. You know, they're impossible to deal with. Bro, what? Planet Popstar posted to the Discord. I need to hear this bullshit. A CEO shouldn't be influencing their customers' political decisions. Right, the Ruptured Tides reaction is completely reasonable. I don't think a CEO should do that either. But I don't think that it's this moral hazard either. Like, everyone's a fucking adult. If you're working at a firm like that, you're a grown person. You should know how strongly people feel about this election in particular. So it shouldn't surprise you. And I'm willing to wager that lady who tweeted that angry email was a Trump supporter. That's why she got butthurt. Yeah, that happened with one of my V-ball friends. He didn't even say who he was going to vote for, but he prefaced by, I know you all wouldn't agree, but, and then someone else coming off and said, yeah, don't even say it, but it was super awkward after that. Yeah, that's, you gotta know the room. But there's a reason why people mock Trump and mock Trump supporters. Because if he was just a regular run-of-the-mill neocon, that's one thing, but he's not, man. He's a proto-fascist. From the things that he said to about the things that he said about Black Lives Matter and Colin Kaepernick and the civil rights protests, to what he said about, you know, enforcing patriotic education in schools. Like, I don't know if you guys know your history, but literally every fascist regime started that way. Hitler, Mussolini, literally all of them. They all wanted to indoctrinate the youth. So Stalin, they all wanted to indoctrinate the youth. And so patriotic education, quote unquote, is literally state-sponsored education. Like, you wouldn't believe Pravda, you wouldn't believe Chinese media, but you're gonna vote for patriotic education to be taught in schools? Are you fucking insane? That's why I don't get. That's why I can't take conservatives seriously. It's like you literally spend all your life telling us how horrible communism is, how horrible China is, but then you're gonna fucking vote for a guy who wants to do what China's already doing in their country? Are you fucking kidding me? It's absurd. Ruptured tides, lol, yeah, but that's the weird thing. It's terrible for business, but you know. But I'm like, imagine if it were flipped and he said to vote for Trump. I think if anyone complained, we wouldn't be saying that person is butthurt. We'd be saying that CEO has no place. You can, yeah, there's definitely people that would feel that way. Oh, absolutely. I feel if that the CEO had said vote for Trump, I would be like, oh, of course, he's a fucking CEO. Of course he wants people to vote for Trump. Like, I actually feel like it's more controversial to say vote for Biden. In the finance world, I think it's a more controversial thing because Trump's policies has been very good for people who work with money and deal with money. Like, they're booming right now. The richest people in the country, they made a combined $700 billion since the pandemic. Since the pandemic, right? Like they made almost $1 trillion. And then they got $1 trillion in tax cuts on top of that, and they're getting subsidies on top of that, so they're making buku money. So you know, the people who are saying that that lady is butthurt for being upset would definitely be saying the CEO had no place. You're absolutely right, Richard. You're absolutely right. Because we see it in politics all the time. Politician from the other side does something, it's bad. Your politician does the same thing, you turn around and defend it. Tomi Lahren, prime example. She's all up in arms about Hillary Clinton and the emails of how 4 Americans died, but then 220,000 Americans die due to the Trump administration's horrible handling of the pandemic, and she's defending the Trump administration. So maybe it was never about American lives in the first place, it was about making political points. And both sides falls into that that quagmire. The difference between the liberal and the conservative is that the conservative is comfortable with just completely fabricating shit out of thin air to make a point, whereas the liberal will simply just ignore contradicting information to make their point. You know, so that's the difference. Like a conservative will literally go on fucking QAnon and call you a blood-sucking pedophile because they saw some article from a QAnon source. Like, that's the difference. But yeah, there's definitely something to be said about how people aren't morally consistent, which is why I'm going to say that you shouldn't do it. That's why I said that the CEO, even though he is supporting a candidate that I voted for, I already turned in my ballot. I voted for Biden. Even though he's sent that email out and it's totally within his right to do so, it's in poor taste. It's just not something that you should engage in, especially as a CEO. Just shouldn't, because you don't want to make conservatives in your organization feel bad. I'm sorry, I'm not a catty, bitchy kind of progressive. Like, I'm not the guy that's going to be like, oh, well, they should feel bad. No, like, that's a place of work, it's a place of business. Everyone, regardless of their political ideology, ethnicity, sexuality, like, I believe that. I really believe that. Everyone should feel welcome in a workplace. So I wouldn't say that. But I would definitely be vocal about it. Like, you would know who I supported. I would tell you who I supported, but I wouldn't send an email and be like, hey, you should support this guy too. No, I'm just going to tell people who I support. And if you respect my opinion, you're probably going to be swayed by that. And that's great. That's what I'm hoping for. But an email just seems a little more forceful. You know, it kind of removes the element of consent out of it because it is coming through an official source. So I can understand why the lady was upset, but like, you're an adult. Like, come on. But what's fucked up is but yeah, that's what's fucked up. It's fucking messed up, but sound marketing strategies. Yeah, exactly. Politics is also in your own family. Family politics. Yes. Family politics that's the gold standard. That's actually the best counterpoint to use for anyone who complains about politics. Just ask them if they have a family. And they do, because they're alive. So of course someone brought them into the world, unless they were left on some person's doorstep, some charity's doorstep, and raised as a ward of the state. They have parents, they have a family. And that is literally your intro to politics right there, family politics. Now I imagine all of us just sitting at a table discussing this. Yeah, that's actually one reason why I kind of like paused and let the music play in the background, because it's like this kind of environment is where you can have these kinds of conversations. You're with some friends, you pour some drinks, you order some food, and you just talk about the happenings of the world. You know what I mean? Dream Hunter knows this. James One knows this. Like, we hang out all the time. We have some mutual friends that we hang out with, and we have political discussions. and I feel like it's important because it's the most important aspect of being in civilization. It's literally the most important aspect of civilization. Politics. Like, if you get nothing else, you need to get politics. How much taxes you're paying, to whom you're paying the taxes, what is government funding. I work with people all the time who are just now learning that the hard way. I've worked with Trump supporters, okay? Because they would ask me straight up, hey, you like Trump? And I don't get offended. I don't be like, oh, how dare you ask me a political question in the workplace? No, these are clients who are just, trying to be frank. And they're they want to know. It's like, hey, do you support Trump? And I tell them, it is as nice of a way as possible. I do not, but I can see why some people do. And I will acknowledge that there are some things that Trump did that I like. I'm not the person who just hates Donald Trump. But he's dangerous, and that's why I want him out of office, because there's nothing beneath him. He will use any means to stay in power. And I don't think he wants to be a fascist dictator. I don't think he does. But he's willing to tap into that diseased underbelly of American ideology, of the American body of thought. If we want to use Mementos and Persona as an analogy, because Mementos is like the conglomeration of the Japanese public, American Mementos is basically like, there's a section for Nazis, okay? And Trump is reaching into that part of the American Mementos and using that as a weapon to galvanize his base, which are comprised of those people. The Republican base is comprised of alt-right, neo-Nazi, white supremacist people, okay? And he's willing to tap into that group to boost his own odds of winning. The reason why Mitt Romney lost in 2012 wasn't just because Obama was still a really strong candidate, but because he had zero support from the Republican base. Zero support from the Republican base. Because Mitt Romney's not a fucking psychopath. They're not. They smell their own. They're not gonna go out and vote for you just because you have an R next to your name. Like, they want to hear you say some racist shit. They want to hear you say some white supremacist shit. They want to hear the dog whistle. If you're not that kind of candidate, they're not gonna support you. Period. And that's what happened with Mitt Romney. That's why he lost. We have like 6-hour rush talks at restaurants. Used to be all you can eat buffets. True. Most dangerous thing with him and power is climate change. In my opinion, is climate change. Even though you don't hear about it, those are the 1% who realize this and know the world's fucked with him in charge due to this. Oh, it's true. Rich is 100% right. When you hear people talk about the climate, let me tell you something. And this is another reason why I want Trump out. The U.S. military came out with a report last year saying that the number one threat to U.S. Military dominance isn't China, isn't Russia, isn't Iran. It was the climate. In 10 years, the damage that is expected to be done between storms, between rising tides, is estimated to be in the billions. The United States Marine Corps also said in that report that they're in danger of losing several of their bases because of the rising tides. The U.S. Navy also said, hey, some of our docks are in danger. We might have to relocate our entire bases of operations because of the climate. And you know what Donald Trump did? He suppressed the report. He suppressed the report, and he placed an order saying that no one could talk about the report. So the only people who could talk about the report at all were not in the administration. Anyone in the administration was not allowed to talk on the report. So he had put a gag order on the generals. He put a gag order on the U.S. military. And he put a gag order on his own cabinet to make sure that no one could talk about that. How the fuck is someone like that good for America when the U.S. military is saying, hey, if we don't do anything about the climate, we're going to lose our effectiveness as a fighting force. How in the hell are you going to say, I did all of these wonderful things for the military, and then ignore climate change? Like, the military is telling you, yo, the climate is actually a bigger threat than any nation right now. So it's real. And if you've been paying attention to what's been going on in Louisiana, these guys have been getting clobbered by super powerful storms. And just as the scientists had predicted, these storms are going to increase in intensity and frequency. In the past, you'd probably have a Cat 3 plus storm once every couple of years. Now we're getting them every year. And who knows what 2021 is going to bring, and 2022 is going to bring, and 2023 is going to bring, because the Earth has an immune system, okay? It's called the weather. Storms are a part of how the Earth regulates its weather patterns. And as we continue polluting it and causing more of the sun's heat to be trapped on Earth, the weather is going to compensate for that. It's going to get more violent because of the warming of the planet. So I liken humanity to a bacteria inside the greater Earth body. Okay, in the human body, you have bacteria that you need to live, to digest food. Like, you need bacteria inside of you. It's a metaphor for life, right? You need people, you need friends, you need people to have your back to survive life. Okay, you can't do everything alone, and the human body cannot function in and of itself. It needs bacteria, it needs outside elements to help it. Like America needs illegal immigrants. Okay, we're not having that conversation either. But the problem is when the bacteria grows too much and you begin to get infections and you begin to get sick, right? Or bacteria goes to places it shouldn't belong. And humanity is not working in harmony with the planet anymore. Humanity is like literally working against it. So these storms are an immune response to an imbalance that we're presenting within the ecosystem. And we can keep on ignoring it and kicking the can down the road, but it's going to come to a point where we can't reverse course, and then we just have to, batten down the hatches and hold on, because the Earth is going to start reacting very violently to the imbalances that we're introducing to the system. And you will hear Republicans talk about China. The United States is not a developing nation, it is a developed nation. The United States is responsible for 25% of all global pollution. 25%. Okay? We have a population of about 350 million people, but we're responsible for 1/4 of all of the pollution released into the planet. So we have to be a part of the conversation. And Trump's decision to pull us out of the climate accords, horrible decision. Horrible decision. Let me tell you something else. The top 1% who knows about this, they're telling their voters, they're telling Republican voters that climate change is a hoax. But you know what they're doing in reality? They're building bunkers for themselves, number one. Number two, they're also contracting private security who are going to specialize in transporting goods in unstable weather areas. So trade routes that are kind of okay now are expected to be like really dangerous to like traverse because of the storms, and they expect there to be like tons of climate refugees as a result, a lot of people that are displaced and homeless because of climate change, and they're hiring private mercenaries to train for that inevitability. So their actions don't line up with their rhetoric. They're telling the Republican voter, they're telling the Republican hog, hey, don't listen to these liberal namby-pamby demon rats. They just want to take your jobs away because they hate you. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. And when you look at what they're doing, it's the opposite. They don't think that climate change is a hoax. None of them do. Not in the oil sector, none of them do. They're just lying to you so they can continue to profit off of the status quo, because it's more profitable for them to keep things as they are than it is for them to convert the entire nation to green energy. And that's the issue. So I agree with Planet Popstar on that. I agree with Rich on that. Climate change really is a huge issue, and we're not taking it nearly as seriously as we did. But look at what Trump did with coronavirus. He has proven that he is completely incapable of taking serious matters seriously. Can't trust him on a killer virus. Definitely not going to trust him with the climate. That's just how I feel about that. So I think I've gotten to all of the political points made up in chat. So I'm going to take a piss. I'm gonna take a piss. We're gonna play a little bit more of Persona, and then I think I'm going to get some lunch. But I'm gonna play a little bit more though. We're not quite done. And I'm gonna get Taco Bell. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, man. I'm still debating, like, do I want pizza or do I want Taco Bell? Because now hearing you talk about Taco Bell makes me want to get Taco Bell. So I will definitely have made a decision, you know, eventually. And fuck, it's hot as fuck in my apartment right now. Let me cut on the AC. But I will be right back, guys. All right, take care. Yeah, man. Taco Bell's real. That's what I like about Crossroads. Its music is perfect for discussions. Exactly. It's the smooth jazz, man. It's the smooth jazz. Like you can literally talk about anything at all. With this kind of music playing in the background, you know. Like I need to take like a just this song and loop it for my podcast. That's what I need to do. Just take this song and loop it. Of course, I gotta look into you know, the license for it, of course. But it's a really great song. It's the perfect discussion song, you know. So let's get back to Joker. Uh, enough about politics. Of course, I'm more than happy, as you guys already know, I'm more than happy to talk more about politics. But you know, we have our politics in this game. That's right in front of us. But if you want to talk more about it, I am more than willing to do that. It's your first time, so things might be a little scary. But just try to relax. It's easy work. I'll need you to help with some chores around the bar, washing dishes, clearing tables, and the like. I have to entertain the customers, so I can't do those things myself. That's why you're here now. And there you have it. Explanation finita. Do you have any questions? Do I need to cross-dress? There's alcohol here. Anything to be careful of? Nothing really.
It's all you.
Well, I guess you have to start immediately then. It's almost time for the customers to arrive, so good luck.
Hey, hey!
imagine if you did have to cross-dress for this job. I would have loved to see you all dolled up. Yeah, I think
Nice work.
M Joker would be pretty hot. Like his features are very soft, so he could do it. He could pull it off if he wanted to. Thanks for your help. A miner like you should probably be getting home around now. Damn, it's good cash.
See you.
All right, you should be going home. You're still underage, and Shinjuku is dangerous at night. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, we get a lot more customers coming in every Sunday. I'm guessing they're trying to cope with the fact they have to go back to work again. Yep, true. Anyways, just hitting that I'm going to need extra hands on Sundays. Any help would be greatly appreciated. I was hoping we'd get some more information about our target here, but I guess it's not that easy. Let's stop by here a few more times. It's easier to see a customer's face since this place is so cramped. I think you look more dependable now. Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Wanna head back?
Kick it with Makoto. Let's check our ID list here. So there's still the Justice for Cats thing. Central Street Convenience Store. And then the Shinjuku Bar. So let's go to the convenience store. So we bumped into Kasumi the last time that we went here. So maybe she'll show up again. Dude, just sitting at a table, talking, making jokes, having discussions. This is why I started streaming. That's literally the biggest draw of Twitch for me. I spend more time on Twitch than I do watching anime, watching Amazon Prime Video, or watching Netflix. Because it's like going over to a friend's house and hanging out. And anything goes. You can literally talk about anything. Well, almost anything. There's still Twitch terms of service. Which are reasonable. Like the things that you're not allowed to talk about on Twitch verbally is very, very like specific. And if you're someone that wants to talk about those things, you're on the wrong website anyway. But yeah, I that's like the biggest draw to streaming. So I'm definitely glad that I found you and Ant, and that you guys decided to be a part of the community, because I definitely enjoyed talking to the both of you. And Planet Popstar, Rich, and James One I've known for like James I've known for over 10 years, and Rich I've known for about 10 years.
What do you want to do?
Let's go to work, boys. You can raise your charm by learning how to handle customers. You want to know how to work this part-time job?
Oh, thank God.
Relief. Relief is on the way.
Welcome.
Welcome to our shop. Hey, you're not
The
smiling.
thing is,
Saw a cat in the road a little while back. It was injured badly. When I got closer, it got scared and ran off, dragging its leg. Anyway, I just overheard some college-age people in our store talking. They said there was a college student living nearby who abuses animals to relieve his
I'm trying to
stress.
think.
And I remember that injured cat I saw. I'm thinking maybe he was the one who hurt that cat. Unforgivable.
That's what I thought.
I know how you feel, but the police can't do anything without any proof. But thinking about that cat ever since, it's hard to keep smiling. You know, the police can't do it, but you think those Phantom Thieves could help? You know his name?
Huh?
Huh? Oh yeah, I think the guy's name is Kazuyo Tsuboi. Phantom Thieves will do it. Yeah, I guess you're right. For some reason, I feel like the Phantom Thieves really
Good
would.
work today.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's almost the end of your shift, right? Good work.
Hey!
Good work out there. You got to learn how to be considerate of others through dealing with customers. You remember what you talked about earlier today, right? I think we can probably
Right.
go. Now that you have your target, you need to make sure everyone's on board. But they're probably not gonna let me do it because evening. So I actually don't understand that dialogue change. Maybe it's just extra dialogue because it's like you can say, yeah, let's do something about it, but then you can't do anything about it until the next day. So it kind of defeats the purpose of even having that conversation in the first place. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna kick it with Ilya. I need to. Well, actually, she's gonna be there anyway, so. No, but if I talk to her, I don't think it can work.
Oh, honey.
Hey, hey!
I wonder if
Oh,
it can work.
thank you.
Oh?
Well, aren't you a hard worker? I guess it's about time for me to be heading out anyway. Okay, so you can't like do both, which makes sense, you know.
It's all you.
This game is literally about opportunity cost. So if you want to learn how to like deal with opportunity cost, play this game. I would make this game recommended for all people age 18. Like you turn 18 and you have to play Persona 5. Like if I were president, I would make that in executive order. You turn 18, you have to play Persona 5 and you have to beat it. Because this game does a good job of helping you understand what it's like to be an adult and balance priorities and opportunity costs and all of that. It's a really, really well done game. Even more so than the Sims, you know, because there's opportunity costs in the Sims too. But with given enough time, you can make up for those opportunity costs. Whereas in this game, once you miss an opportunity, you miss an opportunity. You only have so many turns to play. You know, like playing a 4X game. It's almost time for the customers to arrive, so good luck.
Whoa.
Customers seem to be really enjoying themselves. Make sure you learn well from Lala's hospitality.
Excuse me.
Good evening. Oh my, you look quite exhausted. Here, have a seat.
Oh, honey.
Well, so your boss has been bullying you again.
I'm beat.
As soon as I talk back, he makes sure I know I'm lower than him. He insinuates that he'll demote me. After that, I'll overhear him talking about me, calling me useless while I'm at work. And everything I've done, all the results I'm getting, somehow he's taking all the
So you're
credit.
saying
That is the worst kind of workplace abuse. I cannot believe that, man. So many people have quit because of stress, and yet the higher-ups all ignore it. Of all the terrible bosses I could get in the world, why did mine have to be Shinsuke Kishi? Hey Lala, I wish those Phantom Thieves could do something and help me with
I
this.
mean,
Like how? Are you gonna ask them to steal all your stress away? No. I guess it's impossible, but it's nice to think about.
Hey, hey.
Yep. Let's help him. Alright, so we have
Nice work.
4 targets ID'd. And I got 7,200 yen. This place
Deal.
pays pretty good.
Yep.
I want to see how much that deal is. Okay, that comes out 7,200. Yeah, that's not bad for part-time pay. $68.76 for like just a few hours of working at a bar. And then you're not staying out super late because you're working like, you know, school
Wanna
hours.
head back?
So I'm probably working like maybe 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m. or something like that.
Hey.
So I'm making an average of 20 bucks an hour. That's insane. Yeah, let's do the mementos thing. Brum, brum, brum.
Okay.
They're all here.
I think we've done all we can. Let's just put our trust in Futaba. Hold on, if I remember correctly, we have some intel on a possible target. Let's check on that before we... Okay, so I guess we do need to hold a meeting. I hope Futaba can deal with Medjet when she wakes up. I suggest we head to Mementos instead of wasting time here. Furthermore, do we have any intel about people we can assist? Well, everyone's here. This is a good opportunity to sort through the Mementos target info we have. We'll start with this one first.
Listen up.
This intel's on an online stalker burning with jealousy because the man she loves has been taken away. It seems she's a Shujin student. Her delusions are really getting out of hand. She's even writing how she's gonna kill them. It's gonna be school days if we don't hurry. If we don't stop her, she might actually do it. We need to figure something out before that happens.
Okay.
Fine by me. There are more. Next is, this intel is on a harassing boss. He steals the achievements of his underlings without doing any work himself, all for his own profit. Apparently, many of the workers have quit because they couldn't handle his spiteful nature.
Well,
Using his position of power for wrongdoing, such a horrible boss must repent for what he's done. Let us beat that rubbish mentality in the submission.
listen up.
There's still more. Next is, this intel's on a dangerous assailant who's shown up in Shibuya recently. He only targets the weak. Many have already fallen victims to him.
Okay.
Seriously? What the hell the police are doing about this? Guess we gotta be the ones who punish this dude. Let us beat that rubbish mentality in the submission. There are more. Still, next is, intel is on a college student who's abusing animals to relieve stress. Apparently a lot of cats have died by his hand. How could someone even do that? I don't believe this. I would I could never forgive a human like that. This will be revenge. No objections, right? We're good to go if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. Okay, all that's left now is to take down the target in Mementos. Let us consider our target total. We know of 4 currently within Mementos, yes? Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, get some water. I can sense some restlessness coming from below us again. Oh yeah, this happened before too. If I'm remembering right, the metaverse nav. Yep, we got something.
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
How much bigger is this place gonna get?
Yo, Mona, can't you turn into some kind of high-powered radar or something? You'd know how deep it goes if you could.
That's impossible. It would be dangerous to wander blindly. We simply do not have enough information.
Just driving around won't likely do us any good either.
Yeah, but the path keeps going forward. We'll reach the depths eventually, I think.
That again.
I'm curious about what might have happened. We should go investigate, Joker.
Okay, let's do this. No.
I'm sensing a target in an area deeper inside. Alright. So let's go down. Yep, I need cash, buddy.
Damn it.
Shoot! All yours!
Oh my.
All according to plan.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right.
I can.
Look, a now's our chance to strike!
Persona!
It's weak to nuclear moves. Let's end this
I am
quickly.
thou.
Persona! Feel it. Go down.
They're all knocked down! Free! That was incredible,
Let's go.
Joker! This'll end!
Curtains.
All right.
Turn around at the perfect time. Oh yeah. Getting to the combat portion of our playthrough. There's just so much stuff you can do in your social life, and the game's perfectly balanced. Like,
Oh, the platform!
you can run for hours in Mementos if you just want to fight shit or grind. You also have the option to you know, do social shit. Like, the game just gives you so much leeway. Kind of just play it your way. Target is not on this floor, so we're just gonna go through.
Now's our chance to strike! What was that? That's all! No time to waste!
Beautiful. Literally one slash.
And we're done! Come on, let's go! Keep it going, Fox.
Me no have choice. You lie. Me suppose. What?
Not bad.
What?
Not bad.
Why?
Yes! A spectacular victory!
10 racks. Let's go. This is literally a hold up now, because now I'm finessing these shadows for money.
There's a danger. The enemy is weak against ice. Don't worry.
I am
You're
thou.
stronger.
This is all you.
Marvelous! Nice! It exploded!
Showstopper.
All according to plan.
Nice work, team!
Okay.
That enemy was really weak. We've made it.
Every time I see the news, I wonder.
Yeah, you could never be too sure.
Now's our chance! One left.
All according to plan.
Nice work, team!
Okay.
Shadow defeated. Now let's push forward. That's all of them.
All according
Not
to
bad,
plan.
Fox.
Okay.
We're done here. Let's go.
When did he respawn?
Now's our chance to strike. Go!
I am thou. Goemon, strike!
That's 3 down. Good one, Fox.
Lend me a hand.
Not over yet. Persona! How's this?
Damn.
According to plan.
Big damage.
Spectacular victory.
Okay. I could have handled that myself.
He technically did.
Oh,
Ah, the gatekeeper. She's smirking. That's kind of creepy. Her blog is full of all her crazy thoughts. She must be lost in some sort of sick romance fantasy. Shouldn't we do something about it before she can hurt anybody?
okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's the plan. Team stats, vitals are good. Let's go ahead. I learned my lesson long ago. Treat your enemies with respect. And by respect, you properly prepare.
What's going on?
What are you Phantom Thieves doing? I know why you'd go after Kamoshida, but why me? Why do you think? Hey, I don't blame you for falling in love, but there's a point where it goes too far. You're the bitch trying to steal Ikasuge-kun away from me.
What did you say?
Who are you calling a bitch? And I'm not interested in Ikesugi. You're just a sore loser, hanging out with some lame guys and a funny looking animal. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What was that?
What'd you just say? You're talking a lot of shit for someone within bonk range. Funny looking animal? Is she talking about me? This makes me mad. Get her. Yeah, she's talking a lot of shit, brother. Don't get in the way of romance. Is that what we're calling it?
This is my other self.
Zona.
There.
Alright. She doesn't look like she's got any kind of vulnerabilities.
What's my next move?
Yeah, we're more vulnerable to elements.
Okay.
So we're gonna pop defense. Alright. So burning status.
It's time.
Yeah, burns, doesn't it?
Canardi Picaro. Flash. Damn it.
Alright. Lowering defense.
Feel my rage! Wait, do this! Your defenses are down! Stay careful! Panther!
This is my
your
other
defenses
self.
been lowered!
Take this.
No way.
Light work. She was going down either way, either from burn damage.
Done.
She was fucked. my romance, my passion. I can't believe it was all wrong. What is real love and romance? Shall I show you? I don't know. You'll understand someday. Someday? When will that be? What should I do with all these feelings inside me? Just tell them face to face and don't write weird stuff in your blog. It'll take courage though.
Thank you.
I'm scared, but I'll do it. Please, wait for me. Kesuke-san.
Well,
Hey, just don't do anything weird. Yoink. Nice. Alright. So now, let's go back to the entrance.
let's do it.
Nah, we're gonna save here. 7635. And I need to look at my roster. Arsem, White Rider, Mothman, Principality, Willem. Wait. I'm level 36. I might be able to get some things
Do
cooking.
you need something?
Pursue rehabilitation with all your body and soul.
Alarm time, inmate! Prepare for the unexpected! This is an alarm fusion. Is this something you need?
Yeah, that combination comes out bad. He gives me something more better.
It is neither remarkable nor unremarkable.
Or better.
Done already? You wish to view the compendium. Registration. You wish to register it to the compendium? There is one of my... Choose wisely!
I should just go for it, but then who would be my next fusion?
Do you really need this?
I don't, but
Is this something you may choose which skills to inherit?
let's do it.
This should beget a respectable, potent power. Now, let us begin.
Sweet key. Overflowing power has joined you along with that new mask. It seems your newly born persona has more power than one normally would. Do it. Completely nullifies ice attacks. That's pretty strong. Wage war. Strengthens. Strengthens. Medium ice to all foes, and I do have an ice boost. So I might try to roll high here. Try using these two, seeing what I get.
Your stop.
Justine, this one's all you.
Alright, so
Alarm time. Prepare for the.
This is an alarm fusion.
You okay with this?
alright, so let me go ahead and pull up my fusion notes. So White Rider I don't really need back, and I got him in the compendium, but I couldn't really use him. So but her I like. Suki's alright. Still alright.
Choose which skills to inherit.
So definitely want him to have these two.
Expect a modest gift of power. Well, well.
Now I'm gonna have to compare him to my current Thunderbird and see which version I want to keep. Okay, that did not turn out as planned. But you know, you roll high. Roll high, and sometimes you don't get what you want. I am getting some interesting debuff skills though. Might be worth using with someone else.
Do you need something?
And the thing, at least with this persona, I can actually use him. Unlike Hell Rider. but you just had boost, and I couldn't actually use any of his skills. Alright, so let's see what we got.
You'd like to read the compendium? These are the paths you have walked.
So, let's go by level. Well, let's go by ABC first, because
This persona? You'll withdraw this persona? This is your power.
alright.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
Yeah, she's
This
all
persona?
boosted.
Is this what you want?
Damn, he looks badass. Gatsu Mandala. Heavy curse damage to all foes. Damn. Heavy almighty damage to all foes. Fucking badass.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
Saya. Oratorio fully restores HP and removes all stat debuffs from all allies. Damn, that's good. Eidolion. Severe almighty damage to all foes. God's Hand. Colossal physical damage to one foe. Nice.
This persona?
Oh shit. Pricro version looks even better.
Is this what you want?
And then here's
Is this
Orpheus,
what you want?
which wasn't too bad. And then
This
Thanatos,
persona?
Door of Hades, Aegon, Amadou.
Is this what you want?
So I wonder,
You'll withdraw this persona?
the shit I already have.
Then accept this persona.
Oh? Tsukiyomi, White Rider, Axini.
Is this what you want?
And there's Tsukiyomi. She is the most badass of all the personas. Like, I want to use him right now, but I'm trying not use higher level personas to kind of keep the difficulty of the game reasonable.
Are you finished?
What?
Actually, I'm not finished.
The inmate.
Let's exit. Now choose.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
Notifies gunfire and psychic. Okay, yeah, that is pretty good. That is pretty good.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
It's a cool persona.
Excessive power only leads to destruction.
You okay with this?
Oh, nice. I can summon Anubis.
You can't handle this.
D.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
And I just have to lose my Phoenix to do it. Might be worth.
Not terrible, but not impressive. I see. A strong persona indeed. Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Let's see. Miracle
We'll
Punch.
receive some new power. My.
Me, Kaiwan. I will become a new mask, and in doing so, change your fate. Behold, the Star Confidant is awakening your persona's hidden power. Cool. And he's level 39, so that was a big win.
You can't handle this.
I'm not high enough level to get White Rider though. Oh man, that's a
Do you
bad
really
combo.
need this?
Level 5? Ooh.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
Alright, we're gonna run with this lineup. Yeah, we're gonna run with this lineup. And I'll find something to fuse him into.
You change your mind?
Guess he's got some good
Are
skills.
you finished? What? No slacking off.
Alright, before we hop back into it, take a quick break. Be right back. Alright, let's see what we got here. It opened. Don't you just feel like the whole world approves of you whenever these things open? For a second, but then I think about how there are more of these walls waiting ahead. Alright, let's get in there. Yep. We got a ways to go, so better to get this started. I never realized how creepy the subway system could be. Inside a train you don't even notice. I agree. Perhaps it's like the darkness in all men's hearts. Always there, never perceived. It's a new area from this point on. So be careful heading in. Okay.
Then now Darkness Enemy is beneath us. It should be easier to get in zones. Finish it! Yeah, nice one, Xander. Only one more. Persona, let's go. Take that. Seems it could still fight.
Let's go.
Come on! You're mine!
Don't forget this feeling. Yeah, victory.
Okay.
No major setbacks. Let's continue on. All right, the first move is on. Yes! Yeah, victory.
Okay.
Didn't even break a sweat. Then oh,
It's Superboy Shadow, no doubt about it.
but
He seems a little irritated. Radio's abusing animals just to take his anger out on them. Can't let him get away with something like that.
now then.
You guys, don't go easy on him. That's definitely the plan. Cats? What about cats? Maybe they die when I use them to blow off steam, but Shadow was gonna kill them anyway. In fact, I bet those cats are happy to be so useful to humans.
What?
What a poor excuse for a human being. I could never forgive someone like you. Why don't you complain to the irresponsible people taking their pets to the pound, huh? Oh, who cares? You guys are superheroes, right? Hurry up and destroy this rotten society. We'll take your twisted desires, but first I'll show you the pain you cause those poor animals.
Unbelievable.
Huh? Wait, you're some kind of cat monster? A fitting shadow. Say what you will, the world consists of the strong and the weak. One controls and the other obeys. Human and cats are a prime example. Now who's stronger, me or Phantom Thieves?
Persona!
Yeah, you are really twisted, but we got some medication for you.
Persona! Prepare yourself.
I'm gonna help you out.
Persona!
Okay, so that's not gonna work. But it's weak to fire.
You're the best, Panther! Okay, guys.
Awaiting orders, Joker.
You're on the ground! I knew you could do it, Bob! Okay, guys. This should do. Knockdown, Queen! You have them on the rope! Right now! Finish up!
my other self. Using.
You got him on the ground! I knew you could do it, boss! This'll let you... No holding back!
I'll help you finish him off.
Nice. Let's do it.
It's showtime!
Let's rock, Fist of the Phantom Star.
Snap me!
Sorry. All right. Blast off!
Take that!
That was great.
You're right, White. You and me didn't stand a chance.
Persona!
Yeah, we're kind of past that point, buddy.
Persona!
What the hell?
Oh, it hurts.
Damn it.
You're gonna kill me. Feel the pain. Did we overdo it? We're putting you in a cage. That's a good idea. Perhaps then he'll understand what those animals had to endure. I'm sorry. What should I do? Remember the awful things you did to those cats? Doesn't it make you feel horrible? I've done something terrible. I'm even less than an animal. My worthless trash. Accurate. I won't tell you to give up your life, but you will spend the rest of your life in guilt. Oh yeah, there it is, the treasure. Impressive leadership. Well, what's next? You want to continue exploring? How many targets left in this area? Okay, what's our next move then? Nah, we'll go back to the entrance. Because I'm going to do the last two tomorrow.
You should write something.
Because I'm going to stream more Persona tomorrow. And it is well past food time for me, so I'm going to stop here and get some food. So yeah, this was a fun stream. Definitely enjoyed seeing everyone, and definitely enjoyed the conversation. Especially, we covered all different types of subject matter, and it was great. It was great. So thank you again, as always, guys, for coming by. I will be streaming tomorrow, same time, same place. But take care. Bye bye.